I think that was a good call.
That was
There was a lot of spin on that ball.
It's a little warm in here.
Ball could be sweaty, right?
Served by Lawrence Stibbins, line drive. Hits a decent pass at left. Shot by...
Season as the second week of district play gets underway tonight. Last week the Bulldogs traveled across the river to take on state-ranked Scotts Bluff in the annual rivalry game and suffered their 5th loss of the year, 62-6. The game was decided by halftime as the Bearcats scored twice in the first quarter and then exploded for 34 points and on 5 touchdowns in the second quarter to make it 48-0 at the half. One of those Scottsbluff scores was a 65-yard pick six off Gering quarterback Anthony Walker. Gering found success in the passing game with 164 yards passing by Anthony Walker. His favorite target was Colt Nevers, who hauled in 3 passes for 84 yards and a touchdown. Tonight's opponent, the Lexington Minutemen, come in with a record of 1-4 and have lost their last 3. Their only win this season came against Schuyler in Week 2. 48-0. In fact, Lexington has had to play 4 of their first 6 games, including this one, on the road. Much like Gering, Lex went on the road last week to state-ranked McCook and came out on the short end of a 48-6 score to the top-ranked Bison. Lexington scored on a trick play on a wide receiver pass from Dylan Richmond to Ajax Waker for 69 yards. It was a costly night, though, for the Minutemen, as second leading receiver Logan Callahan was lost for the season with an injury in the game. So it'll be Gering and Lexington tonight from Memorial Stadium in Gering. And after the break, more pregame, including interviews with both head coaches and the starting lineups. That's next as the pregame show delivered by Pizza Hut.
Anyone who calls it a hobby doesn't understand. We know that a person's passion is what drives them. And that's why every memorial we create is a true reflection of the individual. Only a Dignity Memorial professional can celebrate a life like no other. Find out how at dignitynebraska.com.
Compliments for you and your home has got the latest decor. Come in today and see what you can create. Start with great home decor from Uttermost. Lamps, chairs, and vases for any taste. Need a little light for a more intimate feeling? Flameware is a recharging LED light that simulates candle flames. Rootworks bowls are hand-carved, one-of-a-kind wooden bowls you can't find anywhere else. Finally, for a little accent, try these leather and Western-style pillows from High End. Compliments for you and your home. Downtown Scotts Bluff.
Bye, Mom.
Have fun.
Maybe next weekend.
Why wait? With the affordable John Deere 3E Series tractor, you can clear the chore list in no time. Go from to-do to done.
Looks like we had nothing to worry about.
Bring a 3E home today for just $139 per month. Nothing runs like a Deere.
Visit 21st Century Equipment in Alliance, Torrington, Scottsbluff, and Bridgeport, or visit 21stcenturyequipment.com.
Byers Realty would like to remind everyone that school is back in session, so make sure and watch for little ones in crosswalks. Be mindful of school speed zones, and take a second to double check for pedestrians and bicyclists. We want all of our young students to have a wonderful and safe year. Visit callbyersrealty.com or stop by the office on Avenue B, next to Bumper to Bumper. The Panhandle's best, Byers Realty. Community strong, community proud. We have what you're looking for.
Or they'd be on the FM.
Lexington. Earlier this week, I caught up with Lexington head coach Jeff Rowan. Let's get to that conversation.
Coach, first off, thanks a lot for the time here on KNEB. I know last year I thought Lexington fielded their hardest playing, toughest football team I'd seen in quite some time. Once you hit the off season, you started to look ahead to this year. What type of team did you think you guys might be able to field?
You know, we thought we could build on some things that we did last year, and you know, we had probably the best off season that we had coming into this season. Kids had really bought into the off season program, and we had a great summer camp. So, you know, we were excited coming in. We're still excited. The kids are working hard every day, our record doesn't indicate, maybe as good a team as we are. We've played some pretty tough teams, so our kids are working hard every day for us, and we're looking forward to Friday night.
Yeah, and you've played 3 of 5 on the road, and it's going to be 4 of 6 after things wrap up tonight. Last week, obviously, always tough when anybody, forget you guys, anybody heads to McCook. That's a tough out. Got beat 48-6 overall. How'd you think you guys competed, and what'd you think of your guys' performance?
Well, I think our kids came out and gave it a great effort. Again, we're disappointed in the score result, but I think if you watch the film, especially most of the first half, you'd see that our kids are continuing to improve. So we're looking forward to another Friday.
Who are some of your top guys offensively right now, whether it be who's throwing it around, who's packing the mail in the backfield, who you guys kind of hanging your hat on and relying on?
We have a 3-year starter and quarterback, Jake Leger, who's doing some good things for us. Ajak Wakour is our leading receiver and is doing an excellent job. 47-foot triple jumper, so he's athletic. Dylan Richmond's another one who's catching the ball for us. Riley Cups running the ball well for us. Unfortunately, we lost our other big wide receiver, Logan Callahan, to the season to an injury on Friday.
And he had been one of the best I'd seen in the last year or so in Class B for sure. What's a loss like that do? I guess forget production. Is it one of those things you kind of have to worry about just a mental state of everyone else and make sure they realize that there's still plenty of good football players on the team and you can get it done without one big name?
Yeah, that's hitting it right on the head. The other kids, are disappointed that they lost Logan, production-wise, obviously, but he's a great teammate too. So he's going to do his best to keep everybody's spirits up the best he can, and the other kids are looking forward to picking up the slack.
Well, Gering struggling right now at 0-5 and coming off a big loss again last week against Scotts Bluff. When you put the game film on, what are you seeing that Gering's doing well, things that you guys need to kind of be concerned with as you make the trip out west?
Well, it's always a struggle when you have that 4-hour bus ride that you hope the kids' minds are right when they get there. So that's number one. We talk about that all week, and then watching film on Gering here. They got a big offensive line. They do some nice things. They're physical up front. I'm watching the Scotts Bluff film right now, and I'm watching this series where they're passing the ball right down the field. So they have the ability to move the ball and do some good things. So we're looking forward to a good fight on Friday.
Yeah, they made the change at quarterback, went with Walker last week, and like you said, at some point they just decided we can't run it. So we're just going to sling it around. Some of their slot receivers made some tough catches in some traffic. And in general, I thought just from start to finish, Gering showed an ability to play hard despite the opponent last week, and that's got to bode well for them moving forward.
Oh, yeah. They've got a good staff put together out there, and they're going to continue to get their kids to work hard, and they're going to play hard. And that's what high school football is all about, coming out every Friday night and giving your best effort and see what happens.
Talking with Jeff Rowan, wrapping things up right now with the head man for Lexington. Coach, I'll get you out of here on this. 1-4 for you guys, 0-5 for Gering. So both teams going to be scrapping for every yard, every first down, every point, and trying to get in the win column. What's it take for you guys to accomplish that tonight?
Well, number one, we have to get off the bus with the right mentality, that we're ready to go right away because every time we go out to Gering, every time we play a team from out west, it's going to be physical, and we know that. So our kids have to be ready to go. They be ready to get hit as soon as they get off the bus till when they get back on the bus, and win the turnover battle and take care of the football, and hopefully things will go our way Friday.
Lexington head football coach Jeff Rowan, as always, thanks a lot, Coach, for the time here on KNEB, and best of luck tonight.
Hey, thank you. Really appreciate it.
Jeff Kelly visited with Gering head coach Josh Hyatt. We'll get to that conversation when we come back right after this on KNEB.
Care Heilbrunn State Farm agent is here to protect all the moving parts of your life. With auto, home, life, and financial services, Care Heilbrunn and her team make it simple to bring together what matters to you.
What are you waiting for? A 6-year limited powertrain warranty? Savings on performance-matched implements? 0% APR financing for up to 5 years? Head down to your local Kubota dealer before September 30th and take advantage of this incredible offer on the BX Series, America's best-selling subcompact tractor. Kubota, this is what we do.
Come into Sandberg Implement, your local Kubota dealer.
Your local Kubota dealer is Sandberg Implement in Gering.
Where can you find gifts for everyone? TC and More. That's where. Come in and look at what you've been missing. Gifts for the ladies. Gifts to remember. The gift of light. Gifts for your home. Gifts for the kids. Gifts for the Husker fan. For the perfect gift, stop in and visit TC and More, downtown Scottsbluff. And remember, TC and More still has all of your children's educational materials.
Regional West is one of 3 Level 2 trauma centers in Nebraska.
We have all the resources here 24 hours a day to address any traumatic injury.
From emergency medical services to advanced medical imaging and surgery to acute care and rehabilitation.
It's comforting to know that if an accident happens here, our families, our friends, our neighbors, and even we ourselves will get expert trauma care and rehabilitation services right here at Regional West.
Back on our pregame show, let's get things turned back over to Jeff Kelly, who visited with Gering head coach Josh Hyatt earlier in the week.
Coach, some things I saw, some things I heard about the Scottsbluff game. It was the best overall game that you played this season, so give us a little background on that. What did you see?
Like we've been talking about every week, we've been improving little by little as we go along. And I think what we saw the most out of the Scottsbluff game was our effort and our attitude really improved. I think we fought harder for longer. I think we stayed together as a team for longer. And then the other things started to show up that we've been able to do intermittently in other games. You know, the consistent stops, tackles, and we got in front and got in the right places, and we were making contact at the line. We got some offense strung together that was able, when we started spreading the ball around a little bit more. Things we wanted to be doing all season long, but we haven't seen click. And so we saw some things click finally this week, so some promise.
A couple of oopses on the passing game, but that seemed to be an area that you really seemed to really, as you say, click in this past week.
Yeah, we were able to move the ball finally on them there in the second quarter when we started throwing it around. We strung together 4, 5, 6 passes in a row. We did have the 4 interceptions. One of those was a really good play by Harsh, just tipping it to himself as a defense coming off the edge. The other couple of them were just missed windows, things that were there and where we wanted them, and the throw was just late or sailed a little bit on him. We sat down with Anthony, threw it on film, and asked him what he saw, and he was able to explain where he saw it and what he was looking for, and I could see the same things that he was looking at, just the ball didn't get where it needed to go.
For his first start in a game like that, how do you think Anthony did?
I thought he did really good. We started under center. He had trouble seeing things, so we backed him up, put him in the shotgun. One thing about Anthony is he just does things. You don't have to worry about him, getting rattled and he got hit in the face a couple of times, could have easily got rattled. But he came to the sideline, said he's ready to go, picked up the next one, and threw a dart. So I really like the kid. I think he's a battler. He's a grinder. He just does things right for us.
How much does something like you see from Anthony, how does that rub off on the rest of the team?
When other kids see a quarterback, especially a quarterback, playing with confidence and keeping his head and keeping his cool, it really helps them continue to just do their job too. Leadership comes from all places, but when it does come from that quarterback spot, it tends to perforate through the team a little bit more.
On the other side of the offensive coin, the running game seemed to struggle with that a little bit last week.
A little less effective. They bring a lot of pressure, Scottsbluff does, so our inside game struggled just to get them out of the way. We hit a couple on the outside, but we really, once we decided to go with the pass, we just kind of threw it around and tried to take where they weren't. And that's been our philosophy all year. We don't have the guys to line up and say we're going to run right at you and make you stop us that way. So we got to go where the defense is giving us things, and that's what we decided to take this last week.
Going into the Scottsbluff game, did you want to pass that much?
I don't think the goal's ever to be that one-sided. I think we want balance as we can go. But again, like I said, our goal as an offense is to take what's available, and that's what presented itself. That's what gave us an opportunity to move the ball, and Anthony did a good job, and our receivers did a good job of catching the ball there for a little bit to get us some yardage. Found something there that we can build on and move along.
On the defensive side, the score not what you wanted, some big plays by Scottsbluff. How do you feel they performed?
I thought the defense played really good with good attitude and good effort the first quarter and a half. Obviously the pick six on the offense hurt things score-wise, and then that let it get out of the hand. The last 3 or 4 minutes of the second quarter, 2-3 touchdowns in a row, just plays that they made and plays that we weren't ready for to defend. But yeah, I thought consistently over the game, you saw us in the right spots. You saw us playing some physical football. We're starting to learn what football looks like and what it really takes to get out and grind things out.
We'll have more with Jeff and Coach Hyatt right after this on KNEB. Back on.
Bye, Mom.
Have fun.
Maybe next weekend.
Why wait? With the affordable John Deere 3E Series tractor, you can clear the chore list in no time. Go from to-do to done.
Looks like we had nothing to worry about.
Bring a 3E home today for just $139 per month. Nothing runs like a Deere.
Visit 21st Century Equipment in Alliance, Torrington, Scottsbluff, and Bridgeport, or visit 21stcenturyequipment.com.
Regional West is one of 3 Level 2 trauma centers in Nebraska.
We have all the resources here 24 hours a day to address any traumatic injury.
From emergency medical services to advanced medical imaging and surgery, to acute care and rehabilitation.
It's comforting to know that if an accident happens here, our families, our friends, our neighbors, and even we ourselves will get expert trauma care and rehabilitation services right here at Regional West.
Have a ball this fall getting your property in shape with a new John Deere compact tractor. Get 0% financing for 60 months on all compacts, like the hard-working One Family and the economical 3E Series. And get $500 off with the purchase of 2 qualifying implements that turn your tractor into the workhorse it was built to be. Clean up your property and clean up on savings with John Deere.
Visit 21st Century Equipment in Alliance, Torrington, Scottsbluff, and Bridgeport, or visit 21stcenturyequipment.com.
There's a place where folks still play with fire. The common ground between backyard barbecue heroes and professional chefs. This is where friendships are forged. Fire and flavor come together, and new techniques are perfected. Here in Big Green Egg Country, cooking is still treated as an art form. And since the most versatile grill you'll ever own comes with a lifetime warranty, you'll always have the ultimate cooking experience. Locate a dealer at biggreenegg.com.
Back on KNEB as Jeff continues with Gering head coach Josh Hyatt.
Lexington, the opponent this week. What is your scouting report on Lexington?
Lexington, they have a couple good athletes on the edge, a couple good receivers. Their quarterback can be dangerous when he's on. He's a left-handed kid. He's learning the game. You can see that they're really learning what they're trying to do as well. They're very similar to where we're at as far as trying to find things that work for them and try to find things that go well. They've had a tough schedule just like we have. They've given up a few less points than we have, but struggling. And they've had some success though too. They had their week 2 game against Schuyler where they put up a good number of points. So we have to be ready we have to be prepared, and we have to come ready to go out and earn things this week.
This team, Lexington, seems to throw the ball around a little bit. How much pressure does that put on your secondary? What changes, if any, do you make in the secondary?
Yeah, I think they're like 75-25 as far as throwing and running balance goes. So they want to throw the ball. They want to throw the ball to set up the run. I think they threw their first 3 plays on each of their last 3 games that we've watched. So it does put some pressure on our secondary to be in the right spot and cover correctly. As the seasons wore on, we've gotten better at that. We've put ourselves in better positions. I think it just comes down to our kids playing with good assignment and good technique as they go forward.
The defensive side, what does Lexington do that you can take advantage of?
Lexington's a 3-4, similar to what we've been looking at the last couple of weeks. So we know where those holes are at in their secondary if we can find them and consistently hit them. They're a lot like Hastings defensively. the way they line up, the way they play a deep shell and they make you drive the ball on them. So it's going to be up to our quarterback and our receivers to find some rhythm like we did there in the second quarter at Scottsbluff and really attack that for a whole game.
Now time for our Key to the Game, brought to you by Team Auto Center, home of the lifetime warranty on every new vehicle from Team Auto. A key for Gering performance here tonight.
I think if we can take care of the football and limit those turnovers this week, continue to develop what we had going last week in the passing game, just hitting little things, and then get the running game established. If we can find balance and find some success on offense, I think we'll be okay. Defensively, it's keep them in front of us, keep them bottled up, make them drive the field just like they want to do to us. But we have to limit the big plays and limit the bonehead things that on our end. As far as penalties go, we want to make sure we don't have those this week.
All right, Coach, good luck.
Thank you.
Back on KNEB as Jeff continues with.
At Platte Valley Bank, we know when you need a loan, time is of the essence. We are locally owned with decisions made right here at the bank. Our lenders are experienced, efficient individuals who are committed to our customers. Our flexible lending policies make it possible to fulfill loan requests, big or small, quickly. Whether you want to purchase a car, home, or even start a business, our committed associates are here to help. Stop into any location today and see what Platte Valley Bank can do for you.
Anyone who calls it a hobby doesn't understand. We know that a person's passion is what drives them. And that's why every memorial we create is a true reflection of the individual. Only a Dignity Memorial professional can celebrate a life like no other. Find out how at dignitynebraska.com.
95% of American corn farms are family-owned.
Farmers grow 70% more corn per ounce of fertilizer than just 35 years ago.
The energy to grow a bushel of corn has dropped by 37% over the past 30 years.
Farmers have cut soil erosion by 44% through new tillage methods.
This is sustaining innovation, and it's how Nebraska corn farmers are growing more with less. On the web at nebraskacorn.org.
This is Mike. Mike likes his car. Mike likes to save money. And Mike likes to breathe. So Mike fills up with E15 with 15% American ethanol. The clean octane in E15 gives Mike the performance he wants from his engine and the clean air he wants for his family. Better yet, E15 costs less at the pump. Higher octane, cleaner air, lower cost. E15 sure gives Mike a lot to like.
For locations near you, go to huskerfuel.com.
For me, learn more at wncc.edu. First off, on the offensive side for Lexington, they will start this way. It'll be Jalen Starks at left tackle. Cameron Gibbons is your left guard. Your center, Simon Brock. Your right guard, Eric Lavia, 6', 205 and a senior. Your right tackle, Wilmer Hosington. The wide receivers for Lexington, it'll be Dylan Richmond, 5'8", 165 and a junior. Caleb Carpenter, 6'2", 180 and a junior. And Ajak Walker, 6'2", 160 and a senior. In the backfield, the fullback, Gustavo Castro, 5'11", 190 and a senior. And the running back, Riley Cupp, 5'8", 175 and a senior. Your quarterback, Jake Leger, 5'11", 175 and a senior. Your head coach for Lexington is Jeff Rowan. For the Gering Bulldogs, they will start on the defensive side. Along the front four, your defensive end, Adric Kahn, 5'10", 205 and a senior. Your nose tackle, Max Clausen, 6'2", 300 pounds and a senior. The other defensive tackle, Kyle Marsh, 5'6", 220 and a junior. And the other defensive end, Zach Wilson, 6'2", 190 and a junior. Your linebackers, Justin Scott, 6'2", 190 and a senior. Logan Murdoch, 5'10", 190 and a senior. And Brendan Williams, 5'9", 180 and a senior. In the secondary, It'll be Brady Radzimski, 5'8", 165, and a senior. Quentin Janacek, 6'2", 180, and a senior. Garrett W. Kahn, 5'9", 175, and a senior. And Riley Shaneman, 6 foot, 175, and a senior. Now, our national anthem by the Gering High School Marching Band. And our national anthem here tonight by the Gering High School Marching Band. We'll come back, wrap up our pregame show from Gering High School. You're listening to high school football on 960 AM KNEB.
Now at Arby's, you can get 30 euros for $90. Or for those who aren't trying to cater a Greek family reunion, they're 2 for $6.
Arby's, we have the meats.
For sandwiches.
At Elite Physical Therapy, we provide preventative and rehabilitative treatments that maximize function and promote well-being for patients of all ages. With 2 locations in Scottsbluff and Gering, we offer the convenience of you choosing your location with the same great services no matter where you go. Stop into one of our locations today, in Scottsbluff at 214 West 27th Street or in Gering at 10th and M Street, and see what Elite Physical Therapy can do for you. Treatment you need and care you deserve.
Regional West is one of 3 Level 2 trauma centers in Nebraska.
We have all the resources here 24 hours a day to address any traumatic injury.
From emergency medical services to advanced medical imaging and surgery, to acute care and rehabilitation.
It's comforting to know that if an accident happens here, our families, our friends, our neighbors, and even we ourselves will get expert trauma care and rehabilitation services right here at Regional West.
And welcome back to Memorial Stadium here in Gering, as Gering at home tonight, getting ready to take on the 1-4 Lexington Minutemen. Well, our opening kickoff will be brought to you by Papa Murphy's Pizza at 2801 Avenue B in Scottsbluff. It's love at 425 degrees. And don't forget to register for the Papa Murphy's Text Club for a sweet deal. I'd like to welcome our listeners down in the Lexington Cozad area on KAMI. And this game coming to you tonight on 960 AM, 100.3 FM here in Scottsbluff, Gering on KNEB and on KNEB.com. We're also coming to you on KNEB.TV on the TV side here tonight. So glad you could be with us. And as we said, Gering looking for their first win of the season as they are 0-5 coming into tonight's action. In fact, the defense who will get on the field first tonight for Gering, the defense has given up 280 points in 5 games, and if you break that down, that comes down to 56 points per game. Gering in the home blue jerseys, blue pants, white letters and numbers trimmed in gold, gold and white sleeves on the shoulders of the jerseys. Lexington in the road white jerseys, black letters and numbers, orange pants, and the orange helmet with the L on the side. Anthony Walker will kick things off here for Gering as Lexington will receive the opening kickoff, and they will move from left to right here to start this contest. As dropping deep for Lexington will be Dylan Richmond. He will stand at the 5 to receive the kickoff from Anthony Walker. And we will be underway here momentarily here from Gering as the ball teed up at the 40-yard line. And the kick, an end-over-end kick. Richmond will take it at the 5. Across the 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Breaks free at the 35 and is knocked down at the 37-yard line of Lexington, and the Minutemen will start there. 1st and 10. Starting quarterback Jake Leger for Lexington. And on a 1st and 10 play, they will go trips to the right, one wide receiver to the left out of the shotgun for Lexington. Riley Cupp to the left of Leger. Waits the shotgun snap, gets it. He's going to take it and run it himself, or on the left side, and a late pitch to Cupp. And he picks up yardage out to the 39-yard line. He'll pick up 4 yards and make it 2nd down and 6. Once again, 3 wide receivers right as the snap goes through the hands of Leger, scrambling around, looking, he finds a receiver. That's Caleb Carpenter, and Carpenter makes the catch at the Lexington 45-yard line and gets it to the 47. He'll pick up 8 more yards, and it'll be a 1st down for Lexington on their first offensive possession of the contest. No huddle for Lexington. 1st and 10. Shotgun snap, Leger standing, firing to the near sideline where he finds Dylan Richmond, and Richmond makes the catch right at the midfield stripe. A pickup of 3 and a 2nd down and 7. Brendan Williams there for the Gering Bulldogs to usher Richmond out of bounds. On the 2nd down play, Leger drops, looking long down the far sideline. He's got Walker, Ajax Walker down there. Late flag comes in as back on the coverage for Gering was Brady Radzimski. And this looks like this could be pass interference called on Gering, as a late flag came in as Radzimski one-on-one coverage with Walker, and it will be pass interference. And that will give Lexington first down yardage as they will mark it off from the midfield stripe and take it into Gering territory all the way down to the 35-yard line. That'll be 1st and 10 for Lexington at the Gering 35-yard line as they move from left to right. 3 wide receivers to the right. 1st and 10 for Lexington. Leger with the snap rolling to the left, finds a receiver. That's Walker, or check that, Carpenter. Carpenter inside the 20, down inside the 15-yard line. And a big pickup for Caleb Carpenter as the ball marked down at the 12-yard line. Pickup of 23 yards and a first down for Lexington. 11-12 left in the first quarter. We're scoreless. Lexington driving early in this contest. 1st and 10, motion, and Leger will keep it himself, looking for yardage over the right side, and he'll get it across the 10. Down close to the 8-yard line is where Leger takes it. He picks up 4 more yards. And a 2nd down and 6 for Lexington. 5th play of the drive. Out of the gun. 1 back, that's Cup in the backfield. They'll hand it to him right up the middle. Cup cuts to the right side, trying to break a tackle at the 5. He does, and he goes into the end zone. Touchdown, Lexington. Riley Cup with an 8-yard run, and Lexington on the board first with 10 minutes and 32 seconds left here in the first quarter. A 5-play drive that covered 62 yards. And on to attempt the point after is Tovar, and snap is down and the kick is up and good. 10:32 left first quarter. It's Lexington 7, Gering.
Find out what convenient really means at the Western Travel Terminal. Start with our great selection of food and drinks, from for real milkshakes and fresh brewed coffee to snacks and hot food. Next, check out our beer and spirits with their everyday low prices. Finally, let us work for you with our full-service gas station and automatic truck and car wash. All this can be found at 822 South Beltline in Scottsbluff. Western Travel Terminal, your convenient shopping, restaurant, and full-service gas leader. Five plays, 62 yards for Lexington. They get on the board first. And Lexington set to kick off as Shaneman and Radzimski deep for the Bulldogs. As it's a high end-over-end kick, it'll come up short. It'll be picked up by Radzimski at the 20 to the 25. And Radzimski will be knocked down right at the Gering 25-yard line. And that's where Gering will start. 10 minutes, 25 seconds left here in the first quarter. And it's 7-0. Lexington on top. Anthony Walker in at quarterback for Gering. He took over the starting position last week in the Scottsbluff game, and they've moved Colton Evers out to a wide receiver. So Gering will have it 1st and 10 as they move right to left. Out of the gun, they'll give it the turn, the handoff to Radzimski.
And Radzimski knocked down after a gain of 2 yards to the 27-yard line.
Second and 8, Bulldogs.
Brady Radzimski, 5'8", 165, and a senior. Tommy Gano splits out to the right along with Radzimski. One back in the backfield. That's Garrett W. Kahn. Shotgun snap. Walker drops the throw, throws in the flat, complete. Making the catch on the far side, Riley Shaneman. And the gain to the 30-yard line. He'll pick up 3 and bring up a third down as the ball set down at the 30-yard line. Gering moving from right to left. Walker gets the play from the sideline as Ebers and Shaneman will split out to the right. One wide receiver to the left, backs on either side of Walker. Shotgun snap, the turn, the give to Garrett W. Kahn. Big yardage for Garrett, 40, 45, midfield, and then he's knocked down just short of the midfield stripe. As coming up to make the tackle for Lexington was Anthony Moda. And a gain all the way down to the 48-yard line. He will pick up 18 yards and a 1st and 10 for Gering. Shotgun snap, they throw it out in the flat. Shaneman cross midfield, making some moves, breaks a tackle, and Riley gets it into Lexington territory before he's knocked down there. Dylan Richmond on the tackle.
Second and 4 for the Bulldogs.
Pickup of 6 yards to the Lexington 45-yard line. And a 2nd down and 6. Motion. They'll give it on the end around to Shaneman. He finds running room 40, 35, stays in bound, cuts in at the 30, down to the 25. In Lexington territory goes Riley Shaneman. Before he was knocked down there, Cody Wolf for the Minutemen, but the gain down to the 25, a pickup of 21 yards and a Gering 1st down. Offensive success early for the Gering Bulldogs, and now a timeout taken by Lexington. We will keep it right here and remind you can listen to the game today, relive it tomorrow on the podcast page at KNUB.com. Brought to you by First State Bank of Scottsbluff and Gering. This is a drive that started at the Gering 25-yard line. And this next play will be the 5th play of the drive. Well, for more than 125 years, Wells Fargo Advisors has created wealth management and investment strategies aimed at achieving our clients' personal financial goals. Call Kevin Figg or Ryan Windhorse at 632-7561. Together, we'll go far. 1st and 10, Gering in Lexington territory at the 25-yard line. Ebers splits out to the left, 3 wide receivers right. Walker with the snap, ball, pulls the ball down. Now he's going to try and run. Now he throws on the run into the end zone, and that'll be intercepted by Lexington. As double coverage back there on Riley Shaneman, and that pass intercepted. Caleb Carpenter with the turnover, but it will pin Lexington deep in their own territory as they will mark it down at the 5-yard line. 7:53 left in the first half. 7-0, Lexington on top of Gering. Lexington comes to the line of scrimmage from the 5 as they go 2 wide receivers right, 1 left. Motion now by Richmond. Shotgun snap back to Leger. Getting some pressure, gets out of it, fires a pass. And that pass falls incomplete, intended for Ajax Walker. And the incomplete pass makes it 2nd down and 10. Walker, 6'2", 160, and a senior. Once again, no huddle for the Minutemen. 3 wide receivers to the right. Leger takes the shotgun snap. He's going to take it himself around the left side. And Leger will get up to the Lexington 20 before Scheineman, along with Radzimski, push him out of bounds. The gain up to the 20. And now we check that. We have a flag on the play and a penalty called on Lexington. And we will double check the penalty as they will mark it off, holding the call on the Minutemen. So that will mark it all the way back to the 6-yard line and give Lexington a 2nd down. And let's call it 15 on the play. Shotgun snap. Leger's just going to keep it himself. Finds running room right up the middle, trying to avoid Riley Scheineman, but he knocks him off his feet at the 18-yard line. As Leger picks up a dozen yards, but it's not enough for a 1st down, so it's a 3rd and 2 for Lexington. 3 wide receivers to the right, and now movement along the Gering front. I think Kyle Marsh moved a little bit early, so this will give Lexington 1st down yardage as they were sitting at 2nd and 3. The penalty, mark it off 5 yards up to the 23-yard line, and a 1st and 10 for Lexington. 7:09 left 1st quarter, 7-0. Lexington leads it. 3 wide receivers right, 1 left for the Minutemen. Shotgun snap, they'll give it off to Cup. Cup trying to get it on the left side, and he won't find much running room there as he's brought down right there. Justin Scott, the first man to knock him down. Zach Wilson in there. Short gain of, call it, 2 yards to the 25-yard line. Brings up 2nd down and 8 for Lexington as they move from left to right here in this 1st quarter. Cup to the right of Leger. Leger, play action, drops, fires over the middle, and in and out of the hands of Caleb Carpenter at the Lexington 45-yard line. Garrett W. Kahn along with Brady Radzimski back there on the coverage. And the incomplete pass will bring up a 3rd down and 8 for Lexington. They go no huddle. Now motion by Richmond. They'll give it to him on the end around the left side, and Richmond will battle for yardage, and he will get 1st down yardage as he gets it across the Lexington 35 up to the 37. He'll pick up 12 yards and a 1st down and 10 for Lexington. 6:18 left 1st quarter, 7-0 Lexington. Minutemen go double wide each side on the 1st down and 10 play. The turn to give to Cup. Cup coming around the right side, and he'll be knocked down as he gets it across the 40. Logan Murdoch brings him down, picks up 3 yards, and a 2nd down and 7 for Lexington. They go no huddle. Everybody has a wristband that they can look at the play as the play is signaled in. Everyone checks their wristband for the play. 2nd down. Shotgun snap to Leger. He's just going to take it himself, and Leger across the 40 maybe picks up a couple of yards. Brady Radzimski, Zach Wilson combining on the tackle. Give him a pickup of 2 to the 42-yard line, and a big third down and 6 here for Lexington as they go 3 wide receivers right, 1 left. Leger awaits the shotgun snap as they want to have the play signaled in one more time. Now they've got it. And officials whistle stopping play, and Lexington will take a timeout. And we will keep it right here from Gering's Memorial Stadium. Glad to be coming to you tonight on 960 AM, 100.3 FM here in Scottsbluff, Gering, on KNEB and on KAMI in Cozad and Lexington. Also tonight, I'd like to welcome our viewers on KNEB.TV for you tonight. 7-0, Lexington leading Gering. Well, if you haven't yet, download the KNEB Sports app. It's the go-to sports app with the latest news and live scores. Plus, you can watch KNEB.TV and listen to KNEB Sports right in the app. Download the sports app in the Apple or Google Play Store, or go to KNEB.com under the Sports tab. 3rd and 6 for Lexington as 3 wide receivers to the left, 1 right. Leger takes the shotgun snap, drops the throw. Now he's going to pull it down and run midfield, and he slides down right at the midfield stripe. And Leger will pick up first down yardage for Lexington. Picks up 8 more yards, but it's a Lexington first down to the midfield stripe, and Lexington able to convert on a 3rd down and 6. 4:37 left, first quarter. 7-0 Lexington. Trips to the left. Leger on the snap, takes himself, late pitch to Cup, and Cup will get it into Gering territory across the midfield stripe to the 46-yard line. Goes Cup. Picks up 4. Brendan Williams on the stop for Gering. Giving 5 yards there, and a 2nd down and 5. Out of the shotgun once again. Motion now by Richmond. They'll fake it to him. Leger will keep it himself, and he'll find a little bit of running room as he gets it to the 45-yard line before Tim Bernhardt knocks him down right there. And now they say no gain for Leger. So a 3rd down and 5 for Lexington on the 10th play of the drive. Leger, shotgun snap, throws over the middle, finds Dylan Richmond at the Gering 30-yard line. And Richmond inside the 30, down to the 29. Pickup of 17 yards on that pitch and catch from Jake Leger to Dylan Richmond. And another first down for Lexington. Same move from left to right. The handoff to Cup, and he slips down as he maybe gets it back to the line of scrimmage. And as we look at it again, he will lose a couple of yards. Back to the 29-yard line. 3:15 left, 7-0. Lexington here in the first quarter. Loss of 1, 2nd down and 11. 2 wide receivers each side for Lexington. Snap back to Leger. Fires to the right side, finds Cup. Cup at the 20, 15. And he's pushed out of bounds as he gets down to the Gering 13-yard line. And will be first down yardage as he picks up 16 yards down to the Gering 13-yard line and a 1st and 10. 2:50 left first quarter, 7-0. Lexington, double wide each side. Now motion by Richmond. They'll turn the give to Cup, and Cup will be knocked down as he gets close to the 10-yard line. Kahn on the stop. One of the Gering Bulldogs, along with Big Tim Bernhardt, the middle guard, and mark it down right at the 10 as he picks up 3 yards and a 2nd down and 7. Lexington driving. This is the 13th play of the drive. Backs on either side of Leger. Gets the snap, now rolls left, fires in the flat, finds Richmond at the 5, makes the move inside, and we've got a late flag. Official signaling a touchdown, but we had a late flag come in. Sitting at about the 7-yard line. Lexington has been flagged for holding once tonight. And another holding call on the Lexington Minutemen. So that will back them up. And at the end of the first quarter over in Scotts Bluff, as we update the score, Scotts Bluff 7, Sydney 0. Scotts Bluff ran 4 total offensive plays in the first quarter. They have the lead. So mark it back to the 17-yard line and make it 2nd down and 14 for Lexington. Leger, low snap, picks it up. Now he's going to have to run for his life. Fires on the run, completes the pass, but the receiver takes a big hit. Dylan Richmond made the completion, but Justin Scott right there to make the tackle. No gain on the play for Lex. And that'll be 3rd down and 14. 2 wide receivers split to each side for Lexington in the white road jerseys, orange pants. Snap back to Leger, play action, drops, looks into the end zone for Richmond, and a pass is intercepted by Gering. Quentin Janacek with the interception off the pass that went through the hands of Dylan Richmond. And a turnover for Gering on the interception by Quentin Janacek in the end zone as Leger trying to complete the pass to Dylan Richmond. And Richmond had to leap for that ball, and it went through his hands. So Gering will take over at their own 20-yard line. 1st and 10. First turnover of the game after Walker had thrown an interception earlier. 1st and 10. The give to Garrett W. Kahn, and Garrett bangs it across the 25-yard line. Cody Wolf there to bring him down. Garrett picks up 5 to bring up 2nd down and 5 for Gering. Gering moving right to left, 2 wide receivers to the right. The snap back, they'll give it off to Logan Murdoch. Logan around the right side, and Logan will maybe pick up 1st down yardage as he gets it across the 30 to the 32-yard line of Gering. 7 yards on that run. It'll be a 1st down for Gering. 22 seconds left here, first quarter, 7-0. Lexington on top. This could be the last play of the first quarter. Snap back, handoff, Logan Murdoch. Logan puts his head down and gets it across the 35 down to the 39-yard line. Another pickup of 7 yards for Gering, and that play will end the first half. At the end of the first quarter, it's Lexington 7, Gering nothing.
Regional West is one of 3 Level 2 trauma centers in Nebraska.
We have all the resources here 24 hours a day to address any traumatic injury.
From emergency medical services to advanced medical imaging and surgery to acute care and rehabilitation.
It's comforting, though, that if an accident happens here, our families, our friends, our neighbors, and even we ourselves will get expert trauma care and rehabilitation services right here at Regional West.
Now at Arby's, you can get 30 euros for $90. Or for those who aren't trying to cater a Greek family reunion, they're 2 for $6.
Arby's, we have the meats.
For sandwiches.
Third and 4 for Gering, Shotgun snap, and the ball's loose on the ground and picked up by Lexington, as falling on that was Gustavo Castro as they tried to pitch it from Walker to Brady Radzimski, but now Gering clapping. And apparently we've got they're calling that an incomplete forward pass. So Gering avoids could have been a costly turnover right there. So put the ball down at the Gering 39-yard line. Just underway here, second quarter, 7-0, Lexington on top. So erase that incomplete pass, and another timeout taken by Lexington. And that has been their third timeout, I think, here in this first half. And we'll keep it right here once again from Gering's Memorial Stadium. Some scores from earlier today in high school football. Hemmingford defeated Sutherland 34-28. Hemmingford pulls out that win as they score with 6 seconds left in the game. Hyannis defeated Sioux County 50-24. And Kimball gets a win today as they defeat Perkins County 60-42 was the final score in that game. Here in Gering, 7-0. Lexington leading Gering. The Bulldogs break the huddle on the near sideline as they move from left to right here in this second quarter. And the official talking to head coach Josh Hyatt. And not quite sure what the discussion is here, but Gering on what the officials ruled an incomplete forward pass that was fumbled as Anthony Walker pitched it to Dylan Radzimski, and the ball fell on the ground but was recovered by Lexington, but they ruled an incomplete forward pass. And officials will huddle at the Gering 40-yard line. That last drive by Lexington, before the interception was thrown, it was a 14-play drive that started at their own 5-yard line. Officials still discussing. And once again, this is Jeff Kelly in the Logos broadcast booth. Stop into Logos and the guys will custom design it, print it, and have it ready for the game. There's no job too big or too small for Logos in downtown Gering. The officials conference still going on. And once again, not quite sure what the stoppage in play is here. As we said, the play prior to this was a pitch from Anthony Walker to Dylan Radzimski, or Brady Radzimski, that fell to the ground, and now the officials think they were not sure what down it was, but now it is. It remains 3rd down and 3 for Gering. 2 wide receivers to the left, 1 to the right is Tommy Ganos. Backs on either side of Anthony Walker. So he gets a snap to Garrett W. Kahn. Garrett sticks his head down, and he will come up short of 1st down yardage as he was wrapped up and pushed back. Jade Worth, the big nose guard for the Lexington Minutemen, pushed him back and denied Gering 1st down yardage. So Gering will be forced to punt it away to Lexington. Dylan Richmond will drop deep to accept the punt of Anthony Walker. Good snap back to Anthony. Nice high punt. Richmond gets away from it, hits off a Gering player at the 30 and bounces back to the 35-yard line. That will give Lex good field position at their own 35-yard line. 11:05 left in the first half. 7-0. Lexington on top. Lexington moving from right to left. 2 wide receivers split to each side. Cup to the left of Leger in the shotgun. Shotgun snap. They'll give it off to Cup. And Cup around the right side and finds some running room and gets it down close to the 40. Wrapping him up is Tim Bernhardt along with Justin Scott. The gain to the 40, giving 5 and a 2nd down and 5. Shotgun snap back to Leger. It goes over his head and he'll be forced to fall on it way back at the Gering 25-yard line, and a late flag came in as Leger was on the ground. Personal foul is the call on Lexington. So add insult to injury for the Minutemen as the shotgun snap went through the hands of Leger. He had to go back and get it, and then a personal foul called on Lexington, so mark it back inside the 20-yard line, all the way back to the 14-yard line off the penalty.
2nd and 31 from the Minutemen.
And it'll bring up a 2nd down and 31 for Lexington. 3 wide receivers right, 1 left. Shotgun snap, the give to Cup. Cup around the right side to the 20, 25, still running, and Cup all the way out to the 35-yard line. Let's check that. It will be set down at the 32-yard line. Picks up 17 yards. Still not enough for a 1st down. 2nd and 31 as they give it off. To Cup. And Cup with the gain up to the 40-yard line. And that was a 3rd down play. And Lexington will be forced to punt it away as they go 3 and out. Deep for Gering is Shaneman. Check that Carpenter to punt it away. A punt, it will hit at the 30, bounce inside the 20 and take a Lexington roll all the way inside the 10, down to the Gering 9-yard line. A huge punt by Caleb Carpenter puts Gering 1st and 10 at their own 9-yard line. 8:46 left in the first half. (7-0). Lexington leads it. Gering will move from left to right. Backs on either side of Anthony Walker. And Anthony will give it off to Logan Murdoch, and nothing doing for Logan as he maybe gets it back to the line of scrimmage, as big Jade Worth in there to wrap him up. Officials give him 1 yard on the play. Bring up a 2nd down and 9 from the Gering 10-yard line. Backs on either side of Walker, low snap. Anthony gets it, throws long down the far sideline. That pass is intercepted. Caleb Carpenter at the 20 and is spun around, and Carpenter still on his feet. A big scrum, and Carpenter pushed inside the 10-yard line, but we've got a flag down on the play. But the pass was intercepted, and a personal foul will be called on Lexington, so wipe out the interception. As Caleb Carpenter on the INT. Second personal foul called on Lexington tonight. And that'll give first down yardage to Gering. Has marked the ball out. The officials mark it off across the 20 and mark it down at the 25-yard line. A 15-yard penalty gets Gering out of the shadow of their own end zone. 1st and 10 for Gering from their own 25. 7:55 left first half. 7-0 Lexington on top. Backs on either side of Anthony Walker. Low snap, gets it, he'll turn, give it to Garrett W. Kahn. Garrett around the right side, 25, 30, near sideline, 35, keeps on his feet as he gets it across. Another flag comes out as he got it across the 40, and some extracurricular activity as Garrett Kahn was pushed out of bounds as Anthony Gomez on the tackle. Anthony Moda on the tackle, but another flag on Lexington. But a tough run by Garrett W. Kahn as Garrett took it from the 25 all the way across the 40 and was pushed out of bounds. But with the penalty, that will mark it all the inside into Lexington territory. Well, now they have not got the ball set yet. They will mark it right down at the 50-yard line. So with the penalty, a gain of 25 yards and a first down. Well, now they go inside the 44-yard line. So tack 6 more onto that. And a 1st and 10 for Gering off of the personal foul penalty. Shotgun snap, the give to Garrett Kahn. He's hit and fumbles, and it'll be recovered by Lexington as the first man to hit him was Haynes. And the ball picked up by big number 75, Jade Worth. So after the big personal foul, a big hit by Lexington, and Gering with their 2nd turnover of the night on the fumble by Garrett W. Kahn. And the ball will be Lexington's at the Gering 46-yard line. Mark it down on a 1st and 10 for Lexington as they take over at the Gering 46, 1st and 10. 2 wide receivers each side. Leger drops the throw, fires a pass over the middle, in and out of the hands of Dylan Richmond. Nice coverage there. Quentin Janacek, who had an interception back in the first quarter. No gain on the play for the Minutemen. 2nd down and 10. 7-0 Lexington. Kobe Block, one of the wide receivers to the left, 2 wide receivers right. Shotgun snap, Leger throws it in the flat, finds Richmond. Richmond slips, loses his feet. Late flag comes in, but the pass was complete to Richmond, then he slipped down. Maybe at the line of scrimmage. But as we said, we have a penalty on the play. Kyle Marsh had pressure on Leger. And a personal foul, roughing the passer. The call on Gering. Kyle Marsh was the only Gering player back there, so the personal foul will mark it off 15 yards down to the Gering 30-yard line. And it'll be 1st and 10 for Lexington. 7:17 left. First half, 7-0 Lexington. 3 wide receivers right, 1 left for the Minutemen. Motion now by Richmond. And Leger will keep it himself right up the middle. 30, 25, 20, fumbles the ball. And Lexington got on it late. Kobe Block there to recover it after Leger fumbled the ball. But the gain down to the 11-yard line. Picks up 20 yards and a 1st and 10 for Lex as they move from right to left. Leger out of the gun, takes the snap, rolls, left, throws on the run, finds a receiver. That's Caleb Carpenter, and Carpenter's pushed out of bounds. Anthony Walker helping Carpenter out of bounds. The gain will be down to the 4-yard line as he picks up 7. 2nd down and 3 for Lexington off the fumble by Garrett W. Kahn. Cup to the left of Leger. 3 wide receivers to the right. Leger, shotgun snap, throws in the flat, finds Richmond, then Richmond takes a big hit just as he brings the ball in. Riley Shaneman there coming up to make that tackle, and a loss on the play for Lexington back to the 10-yard line. As they lose 6 on the play, back to the 10-yard line. And a big 3rd down and 9 here for Lexington. At the Gering 10. As Cup moves from the left side of Leger to the right. On a 3rd down motion by Richmond. They'll hand it to him around the right side. Richmond will be brought down short of 1st down yardage as he gets it maybe down to the 6-yard line. Quentin Janacek, Anthony Walker combine on the tackle. And will bring up a 4th down for Lexington as the ball will be marked down at the 6-yard line. And it looks like Lexington will go for it on 4th down. Split 2 wide receivers out to each side. Exclusively out of the shotgun. Leger with the snap. Bobbles it now, regains it. Finds Cup at the 5. Cup into the end zone. Touchdown, Lexington. Jake Leger to Riley Cup. A 6-yard touchdown run. And for Cup, that's his 2nd touchdown of the game. And Lexington on top 13-0 with the point after to come. Jason Tovar on for the point after. Snap down, and the kick is up and good. 4 minutes, 58 seconds left here in the first half. Your score, Lexington 14.
Bye, Mom. Have fun.
Maybe next weekend.
Why wait? With the affordable John Deere 3E Series tractor, you can clear the chore list in no time. Go from to-do to done.
Looks like we had nothing to worry about.
Bring a 3E home today for just $139 per month. Nothing runs like a Deere.
Visit 21st Century Equipment in Alliance, Torrington, Scottsbluff, and Bridgeport, or visit 21stcenturyequipment.com.
This is Jane. She thinks she's just filling her car, but she's also filling the air with cancer-causing toxic chemicals used to boost octane in gas. What doesn't burn in the engine enters the air and your lungs, even your heart and brain. Bad for everyone, especially kids. Ethanol is a natural octane booster, clean burning and non-toxic. More ethanol means less scary stuff in our gas and in the air we breathe. And that makes your choice pretty plain, Jane.
For locations near you, go to huskerfuel.com.
Receive for the Bulldogs. Magana kicking off for the Minutemen.
Lexington with a 4-play drive that ends in a touchdown on a Jake Leger to Riley Cup pass. And the kickoff by Magana. And this will be taken by Radzimski at the 15 to the 20, 25, 30, 35. Radzimski cutting in. And Radzimski will get it down to the 39-yard line. And a first down for Gering. 4 minutes, 43 seconds left here in the first half, 14-0. Gering. Lexington scoring on a Garrett W. Kahn after a Garrett W. Kahn fumble. Second turnover on the night for Gering. 1st and 10, Gering left to right. Walker drops to pass, throws, and finds Kahn, but he drops it. Or check that, Riley Shaneman drops it at about the 40-yard line. Pass goes incomplete, brings up second down and 10 for the Gering Bulldogs in the all blue tonight. Blue jerseys, blue pants. 2 wide receivers to the left, 1 right. That's Tommy Ganos. Shotgun snap, Walker, 1-step drop, fires, finds Ganos. And Tommy takes it all the way up to the midfield stripe. His first reception of the night. He picks up 11 yards and a first down for Gering. And mark it just inside the 50. So we'll call it into Lexington territory, but a first down and 10 for Gering. Backs on either side of Walker. Shotgun snap to give to Garrett W. Kahn, and Garrett will not find any running room. Now he breaks free, broke out of the pack. I thought he was stopped, but Garrett broke free and got it down to the Lexington 40-yard line. See where they mark it. They mark it just short of first down yardage as Donato and Worth combining on the tackle. So a short, give him 9, second down and 1. The give to Radzimski, trying it around the right side. A late flag comes in. But Radzimski, no gain on the play, but we'll see what the flag is. Holding the call on Gering. That will mark the Bulldogs back. But really no running room that time for Radzimski. And off the penalty, mark it back 10 yards. And the ball placed back at the Gering 49-yard line. and bring up, and that'll make it 2nd down and 11 for Gering. 2 wide receivers split to each side. Walker gets the shotgun snap, throws to the near sideline, and nobody there. Ganos goes over his head, but a big hit taken by Anthony Walker that time.
3rd and 11.
Aiden Stewart getting pressure on Gering quarterback Anthony Walker. No gain, and a 3rd down and 11. 14-0. Lexington leading Gering. Bulldogs will go 3 wide receivers to the left on a 3rd down play. Shotgun snap to Walker, drops to throw, getting some pressure, gets away and fires it into the ground as he was hit as he threw. And Donato along with Worth. Pressure on Anthony Walker. And 4th down for the Bulldogs. 3:26 left first half, 14-0. Gering on top. Stay with us. We'll have numbers at halftime. Update you on some of the scores from some other games around the area. As Anthony Walker will punt it away. Dylan Richmond dropping deep for Lexington. Snap back. And a line drive punt by Walker. Hits at the 20, inside the 10, and he'll take a Gering roll and be downed at the 9-yard line.
9-yard line. 1st and 10.
Lexington deep in their own territory. With 3 minutes and 15 seconds left here in the first half. Lexington leading it 14-0. Leger out of the gun. They'll split 2 wide receivers to each side. Lexington moving from right to left. Leger gets the snap, hand off to Cup over to the right side, and he won't find any running room as he's wrapped up right there. Brendan Williams, first man to hit him. Logan Murdoch coming up from his linebacker position to make the tackle, and we've got a timeout. 3:02 left first half, 14-0. Gering leads, or Lexington leads Gering on the West Coast scoreboard.
Regional West is
Oh, okay. 2 sets in that Twin City invite. Okay. Second and 10 for Lexington. Leger keeps it himself, and the Lexington quarterback will get it across the 15 down to about the 16-yard line. Give him a gain there. And bring up a 3rd down and 4, a gain of 6. And the ball set down right at the 15-yard line. And another timeout. We will keep it right here. Coming to you tonight from Gering's Memorial Stadium, and with 6:30 left in the second quarter, it's Scotts Bluff 20, Sidney 3. Sidney continuing to play Scotts Bluff after Sidney dropped to C1 this season, but they have made the trip to Scottsbluff. Timeout over, and Lexington looking at a 3rd down and 4, 2:52 left. First half, 14-0 Lexington. 2 wide receivers to the right. Motion by Richmond, shotgun snap to Leger. He's going to keep it himself, breaks 1 tackle, and then is ripped down by Logan Murdoch as Leger picks up 4 yards to the 19-yard line. Not enough for first down yardage. And we'll see what Lexington will do right here. Another timeout, and we've got a update on a volleyball score. The Twin City Invite going on here this weekend in both Scottsbluff and Gering. And Gering defeated Shadron 25-18 and 25-12. And stay with us at halftime. We'll have some more scores from some of the other high school football games going on around the area. Some games earlier today we told you about earlier. Hemingford defeated Sutherland 34-28. Hyannis over Sioux County 50-24. And Kimball defeats Perkins County 60-42 was the final in that contest. So the ball so a 4th down facing the Minutemen on a 4th down and 1. 2:43 left first half. And Lexington looks like they will punt it away. Caleb Carpenter into the game. Riley Shaneman drops deep, standing at the midfield stripe. And on a 4th and 1. Lexington looking like they will punt it away. Nice snap back to Carpenter. Nice high punt. This drives Shaneman back inside the 30. It'll take a Lexington bounce inside the 20. Down to the 17-yard line. And a booming punt for Caleb Carpenter. And Gering will have it 1st and 10 with 2:32 left here in the first half. The ball set down at the 17-yard line. Anthony Walker back in at quarterback as Gering will split 2 wide receivers to each side as they move left to right. Snap back to Walker, throws, fires, finds Colton Ebers, and Ebers knocked down as he gets the pass. Dylan Richmond in there to knock him down. Pickup of 6 to the 22-yard line. And 2nd down for the Bulldogs. On the 2nd down play, they fired in the flat one more time. He finds Garrett W. Kahn. Garrett cuts in to the 30. Check it. That Shaneman breaks the tackle. Still on his feet now, giving ground back to the 25. Now goes to the far side of the field. 30, 35, 40. Cuts it in at the 50. And a tough run by Riley Shaneman as he gets it into Lexington territory. Down to the 45-yard line. He picks up 23 on that reception, and a 1st down for Gering as Shaneman took it on the near sideline and then gave ground. Then went all the way across to the left side of the field and was finally knocked down at the Lexington 45-yard line. 1st and 10, snap back, the give to Garrett W. Kahn to the 45, and he's knocked off his pins right there as he tried to hurdle a tackler. Ian Bailey knocked him down after a gain of only 1. 2nd down and 9. Minute 17 clock running. Trips to the right. Walker drops the throw, looking down the far sideline for Colton Evers. And the pass sails out of bounds. Incomplete. As Javier Magana on the coverage for Lexington. Brings up a third down for Gering with 1:09 left. Gering looking for their first score of the game. Lexington leading it 14-0 here. As Donato checks back in to that 3-4 offensive front for Lexington. Snap back to Walker. Looks left, throws left, complete. Tommy Ganos at the 30. And Ganos down to the Lexington 26-yard line.
Complete to Ganos. Advances the ball to the Lexington 26.
A pickup of 29 yards for Ganos.
First and 10, Gering.
And a 1st and 10. Minute left. First half, 14-0 Gering. Gering driving. Snap back to Walker. Throws it. Finds Brady Radzimski. He loses the ball. This will be picked up by Lexington. As a big hit taken by Brady Radzimski. And another turnover for Gering. As Radzimski took a big hit. And that'll be the third turnover of the night by Gering. It comes with 47 seconds left. And Lexington will take over at their own 24-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Minutemen. Moving right to left. 3 wide receivers to the right. Motion now Richmond. Play action to him. Leger drops to pass, looking long for Walker. Walker can't make the catch at the 35. He had a couple of steps on Radzimski, but it bounced off his hands. He couldn't recover. And will bring up 2nd down. Jack Walker at 6'2", 160 pounds, and a senior. No huddle by Lexington. They will split out 2 wide receivers to each side. Play action. No, they give it off to Cup around the right side. Slips down as he gets across the 25 to the 26-yard line.
Gain of 3. 3rd and 7.
They'll give him 3 yards on the carry. To the Gering 28-yard line, 17 seconds left, clock running. 3rd down and 7 for Lexington. And it looks like that will be the final play here of the first half here at Gering's Memorial Stadium. At halftime, it's Lexington 14, Gering nothing on the West Coast.
Care Heilbron's State Farm agent is here to protect all the moving parts of your life. With auto, home, life, and financial services, Care Heilbron and her team make it simple to bring together what matters to you.
At Platte Valley Bank, we know when you need a loan, time is of the essence. We are locally owned with decisions made right here at the bank. Our lenders are experienced, efficient individuals who are committed to our customers. Our flexible lending policies make it possible to fulfill loan requests, big or small, quickly. Whether you want to purchase a car, home, or even start a business, our committed associates are here to help. Stop into any location today and see what Platte Valley Bank can do for you.
Have a ball this fall getting your property in shape with a new John Deere compact tractor. Get 0% financing for 60 months on all compacts, like the hard-working 1 family and the economical 3E series. And get $500 off with the purchase of 2 qualifying implements that turn your tractor into the workhorse it was built to be. Clean up your property and clean up on savings with John Deere.
Visit 21st Century Equipment in Alliance, Torrington, Scottsbluff, and Bridgeport, or visit 21stcenturyequipment.com. Things are getting wild over at Paul Reed Construction and Supply. Now through October 15th, take 10% off all Wild Gear and Grizzly products. Come visit us today at our showroom on 10th Street in Gering.
Write that above there. Thank you. And welcome back to Gering's Memorial Stadium as we're at halftime and Lexington leading Gering 14-0. And we will recap the scoring here in the first half. Lexington got on the board first in the first quarter with 10 minutes and 32 seconds left in the first quarter. Riley Cupp with an 8-yard run. As Tover added the point after touchdown, that made it 7-0 Lexington. There was no other scoring in the first quarter. Into the second quarter with 4:58 left before halftime. Jake Leger to Riley Cupp, a 6-yard touchdown pass as Tover added the point after touchdown that made it 14-0 Lexington. That is our halftime score. 3 turnovers by Gering in the first half. An interception and 2 fumbles. Lexington also with 1 turnover. That came in the first quarter. But our score here at halftime is Lexington 14 and Gering nothing on the Wesco scoreboard. And we'll be back after this 2-minute timeout.
Bye, Mom. Have fun.
Maybe next weekend.
Why wait? With the affordable John Deere 3E Series tractor, you can clear the chore list in no time. Go from to-do to done.
Looks like we had nothing to worry about.
Bring a 3E home today for just $139 per month. Nothing runs like a deer.
Visit 21st Century Equipment in Alliance, Torrington, Scottsbluff, and Bridgeport, or visit 21stcenturyequipment.com.
Have a ball this fall getting your property in shape with a new John Deere compact tractor. Get 0% financing for 60 months on all compacts, like the hard-working One Family and the economical 3E Series. And get $500 off with the purchase of 2 qualifying implements that turn your tractor into the workhorse it was built to be. Clean up your property and clean up on savings with John Deere.
Visit 21st Century Equipment in Alliance, Torrington, Scottsbluff, and Bridgeport, or visit 21stcenturyequipment.com.
Care Heilbrunn, State Farm agent, is here to protect all the moving parts of your life. With auto, home, life, and financial services, Care Heilbrunn and her team make it simple to bring together what matters to you.
$14 to nothing. Lexington leads Gering here at halftime from Memorial Stadium in Gering. And it's time to look at the numbers brought to you by Arby's, the meat crafters throughout western Nebraska and eastern Wyoming. First off for Lexington on the rushing side, Jake Leger with 8 carries for 61 yards. Riley Cupp, 9 carries, 51 yards. He's got 2 touchdowns on the night. And Dylan Richmond with 3 carries for 36 yards. Passing in the first half, Jake Leger 6 out of 11 for 70 yards. He has 1 interception. That was intercepted by Quentin Janacek. On the receiving side, Dylan Richmond, 2 receptions for 20 yards. Caleb Carpenter, 3 receptions for 35 yards. And Riley Cupp, 2 receptions for 22 yards. We'll come back and give you the Gering numbers as the score here at halftime is Lexington 14, Gering nothing, and we'll be back after this 2-minute.
Have a ball this fall getting your property in shape with a new John Deere compact tractor. Get 0% financing for 60 months on all compacts, like the hard-working 1 family and the economical 3E series. And get $500 off with the purchase of 2 qualifying implements that turn your tractor into the workhorse it was built to be. Clean up your property and clean up on savings with John Deere.
Visit 21st Century Equipment in Alliance, Torrington, Scottsbluff, and Bridgeport, or visit 21stcenturyequipment.com.
Bye, Mom. Have fun.
Maybe next weekend.
Why wait? With the affordable John Deere 3E Series tractor, you can clear the chore list in no time. Go from to-do to done.
Looks like we had nothing to worry about.
Bring a 3E home today for just $139 per month. Nothing runs like a deer.
Visit 21st Century Equipment in Alliance, Torrington, Scottsbluff, and Bridgeport, or visit 21stcenturyequipment.com.
Care Heilbronn, State Farm agent, is here to protect all the moving parts of your life. With auto, home, life, and financial services, Care Heilbronn and her team make it simple to bring together what matters to you.
What's the deal with the pirate flags? Back in Gering, Lexington leading Gering 14-0. Let's take a look at the halftime numbers for the Gering Bulldogs. Garrett W. Kahn with 6 carries on the night in the first half, 48 yards for him and 1 fumble. Logan Murdoch, 3 carries for 15 yards. Brady Radzimski with 3 carries for 42 yards. Riley Schaineman, 1 carry for 21 in the first half. Through the air, Anthony Walker in the first half, 6 out of 12 for 88 yards. He threw 1 interception. And on the receiving side, Colton Evers, 1 catch for 40 yards. Tommy Ganos, 2 receptions, 40 yards. Riley Schaineman hauled in 2 passes for 9 yards. And Garrett W. Kahn with 1 catch for 33 yards. Lexington leading here at halftime, 14-0. As we take a look at some of the scores, some other scores from around the area. In the fourth quarter, Shadron leading Ogallala 36-22. In the third quarter, Chase County leading Mitchell 30-27, the score there. And some scores from earlier today. It was Hemingford over Sutherland 34-28. Hyannis defeated Sioux County 50-24. Kimball over Perkins County 60-42. And a score we just got in, Scottsbluff leading Sidney by a score of 34-3 was the last update we had from the Scottsbluff Sidney game. Here at halftime in Gering, it's Lexington 14, Gering nothing. And we'll come back after this 2-minute timeout. Once again, Lexington 14, Gering nothing.
Care Heilbronn, State Farm agent, is here to protect all the moving parts of your life. With auto, home, life, and financial services, Care Heilbronn and her team make it simple to bring together what matters to you.
Regional West is one of 3 Level 2 trauma centers in Nebraska.
We have all the resources here 24 hours a day to address any traumatic injury.
From emergency medical services to advanced medical imaging and surgery to acute care and rehabilitation.
It's comforting, though, that if an accident happens here, our families, our friends, our neighbors, and even we ourselves will get expert trauma care and rehabilitation services right here at Regional West.
Have a ball this fall getting your property in shape with a new John Deere compact tractor. Get 0% financing for 60 months on all compacts, like the hard-working 1 family and the economical 3E series. And get $500 off with the purchase of 2 qualifying implements that turn your tractor into the workhorse it was built to be. Clean up your property and clean up on savings with John Deere.
Visit 21st Century Equipment in Alliance, Torrington, Scottsbluff, and Bridgeport, or visit 21stcenturyequipment.com.
Bye, Mom. Have fun.
Maybe next weekend.
Why wait? With the affordable John Deere 3E Series tractor, you can clear the chore list in no time. Go from to-do to done.
Looks like we had nothing to worry about.
Bring a 3E home today for just $139 per month. Nothing runs like a Deere.
Visit 21st Century Equipment in Alliance, Torrington, Scottsbluff, and Bridgeport, or visit 21stcenturyequipment.com.
Supporting him through every moment in his life, and also just for being amazing parents.
And welcome back to Gering's Memorial Stadium. We're at halftime. Lexington leading Gering 14-0. And some other scores from around the areas. We said Chase County on top of Mitchell in the third quarter, 32-27 the final there. At the half, it's Hayes Springs over Minutair, 26-0. At half, Scottsbluff leading Sidney, 34-3 the score there. Here, as we said, 14-0. And McCook, who traveled out to Alliance tonight, they lead Alliance at halftime, 17-0. And Alliance will be the opponent for Gering next Friday night here at Gering High School. Elsewhere at halftime, Bayard leading Morrill 36-26. Greek Valley leading Potter Dix 32-20. Elsewhere, Bridgeport losing, or check that score's a final now. St. Pat's, North Platte St. Pat's over Bridgeport 48-7. Gave you the Shadron score. Shadron defeated Ogallala 36-22. The final score there. Another final as Valentine defeated Gordon Rushville 55-20. Both teams are back out on the field, and we've got about 2 minutes and 50 seconds left before the start of the second half here. Glad you can be with us tonight here on KNEB 960 AM, 100.3 FM, and on KNEB.TV and listening on KNEB.com. And also like to welcome our listeners listening to us down in the Lexington Cozad area on KAMI. As we said, Lexington leading 14-0, and 2 touchdowns by Lexington. One in the first quarter on a 8-yard run by Riley Cup with 10:32 left, and then in the second quarter, Jake Leger to Riley Cup, a 6-yard touchdown pass with 4:58 left before the end of the first half. The point afters by Justin Tovar in both instances, and Lexington leads it 14-0 here at halftime. Gering, as we said, won the toss. They chose to defer, so they will get the second half kickoff, and some good offensive possessions by Gering in that first half. Unfortunately, one of them was ended by an interception, and then 2 fumbles in the second quarter on 2 Gering runs that turned the ball over to Lexington. And on one of those occasions, on the first fumble in the second half, Lexington was able to convert that into points. That was the 6-yard touchdown pass from Leger to Riley Cup. Gering in the home blue uniforms tonight. Lexington in the road white jerseys, orange pants for them tonight here in Gering. Well, once again, you can listen to this game tonight and relive it tomorrow on the podcast page at kneb.com, brought to you by First State Bank of Scottsbluff and Gering. We did have one volleyball score from the Twin City Invite that's going on here in Scottsbluff and Gering. And Gering, one of the schools taking part, I should say, in that tournament. They defeated Shadron 25-18, 25-12 was the score there. Gering back on the field, getting ready to accept the second half kickoff as Brady Radzimski and Riley Shaneman drop deep for the Bulldogs. Lexington will kick it off. And kicking the ball away for Lexington will be Javier Magana to kick it off. Ball set down at the 40. And a high end-over-end kick. This will go to Radzimski at the 15 to the 20 near sideline. And Brady knocked out of bounds as he gets it across the 25 to the 27-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 for Gering as they take the opening kickoff here in the second half. Walker at quarterback for Gering. 1st and 10, 2 wide receivers split out to each side. Gering right to left, shotgun snap back to Walker, looking, getting some pressure. Now he's going to pull it down and run, and he'll get it across the 30. Close to the 33-yard line is where they'll knock him down. Picks up 5 yards on that run and puts Gering in a 2nd down and 5. Ganos will split out to the left, 2 wide receivers right, backs on either side of Walker. High snap, the give to Logan Murdoch, and Logan won't find any running room. So he's wrapped up in the backfield. Donato, the first man there to hit him. Loss on the play, back to the 30-yard line on the run by Murdoch. 3rd down and 8. 3 wide receivers to the right, 1 wide receiver left. Snap back to Walker, drops to throw, looking. Now he'll fire in the flat, and Riley Shaneman can't make the sliding catch at the 30-yard line. Dylan Richmond right there on the coverage. That'll bring up a 4th down for Gering as Gering goes 3 and out on their first offensive possession here to start this second half. Dylan Richmond drops deep for Lexington, and late coming onto the field for Gering. They'll get flagged for that. And the punt will bounce and go inside the 25. Coming on just a little bit late, Adric Kahn. And a penalty on Gering. There's not enough players. Illegal substitution, the call on Gering. And Lexington will have Gering punt it away to him one more time. From about 5 yards further back.
Kick it again. 4th and 13.
Anthony Walker will stand at his 10. Richmond will stand inside his 30 at about the 37. Walker coming into tonight's action, averaging 38 yards a punt. Awaits the snap. Nice snap back to him. And a kick that will hit at the 40, bounce inside the 35 and go out of bounds at the 32-yard line is where Lexington will start. 1st and 10 at their own 32. Jake Leger at quarterback for Lexington. Once again, they go no huddle. Everybody has those armbands that they get the play from. Lexington moving from left to right. 3 wide receivers left, 1 right. Motion by Richmond. They'll give it off to Cup in the backfield. He drops the ball. Gering says they have it. And it is Gering football as the fumble, and picking up the fumble for Gering, Isaiah Blanco, and a turnover by Lexington, their 2nd of the game, gives Gering the ball deep in Lexington territory at the 31-yard line. 1st and 10, 9:56 left 3rd quarter. 14-0. Lexington leads Gering. 1st and 10, shotgun snap, back, handoff, Garrett W. Kahn, and Kahn across the 30. Down close to the 26-yard line before Jade Worth jumped on his back. And the gain to the 27. He picks up 5. 2nd down and 5 for Gering as they work right to left in this 3rd quarter. 3 wide receivers left, 1 right. Snap back to Walker. Give Garrett W. Kahn. Garrett won't find any running room. Maybe get it back to the original line of scrimmage as Donato in there along with Riley Cup from his linebacker position. Give him no gain on the play. 3rd down and 5 for Gering. Walker coming back to the huddle. Gering ready to go on a 3rd down and 5 play. Snap back to Walker, fires into the flat, finds Colton Evers. Evers tries to break a tackle and is pushed out of bounds short of the 25-yard line. Coverage that time by Brady Fago. No gain, 4th and 5 for Gering.
45 yards.
And Gering will go for it, it looks like, on a 4th down play from the Lexington. The ball set down right at the 26-yard line. Ebers and Shaneman split to the right, 2 wide receivers to the left. Motion now by Radzimski, handoff, Kahn, and Garrett tripped up as he gets it across the 25-yard line. Not enough yardage for the 1st down. Gering will turn it over on downs to Lexington and give them a 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line. 8:27 left here in the 3rd quarter. 14-0. Lexington on top. Out of the gun with 2 wide receivers split to each side. No huddle by Lexington. Fired into the flat. And the catch made and the tackle made. The catch by Drake Taylor. And then he was knocked down as Zach Wilson got in there along with Justin Scott. And an assist to Riley Shaneman. And a loss back to the 23-yard line. And a 2nd down and 12 for Lexington. To Leger, the toss to Cup, and he slips down as Kahn in on the tackle. Bring up a 3rd down for Lexington. 3rd down and 14. Lexington at their own 21-yard line. Shotgun snap. Leger looks long, fires a pass complete, and a big catch by Dylan Richmond, and he takes a big hit from Brady Radzimski, but it's enough for a Lexington 1st down to the 41. Give it a pickup of 21 yards. And a 1st down. Lexington with 2 wide receivers split to each side. Leger drops to pass, pump fake. Now looking long down the near sideline for Carpenter. He can't haul in the pass at the 25. As step for step with him that time was Brady Radzimski. And Radzimski gets up just a little bit slow. We've got a flag on the play. The official's call will be personal foul, and this one on Gering. 2nd one tonight on Gering. Lexington has also had a couple of personal fouls. So the pass goes incomplete, but the penalty gives Lexington yardage to the Gering 44-yard line. And a 1st and 10 for the Minutemen. Left to right, shotgun snap, back to Leger. Looking, fires over the middle. And the catch can't be made by a sliding Dylan Richmond. 2nd and 10 for Lexington, who's playing without their 2nd leading receiver, Logan Callahan, who went out for the season with an injury last week in the game against McCook. 2nd down and 10. 3 wide receivers right, 1 left. Leger will take it around the left side, finds some running room across the 40. Comes up just a little bit short. They'll mark him down at the 38-yard line. Picks up 7, 3rd down and 3 for Lexington. 6:52 left, 3rd quarter, 14-0. Lexington on top. Leger takes a snap. He's going to keep it himself, trying to get close to 1st down yardage. And we'll see where he's marked down. And officials signaling 4th down as he came up short of the 35-yard line. He had to make the 34. 4th and 1 for Lexington. 6:23 left, clock running, 3rd quarter, 14-0 Lexington. Out of the gun. Leger takes the snap, rolling right, throwing on the run, finds Walker, and Walker is tripped up as he gets it across the 30. Check it, that was Caleb Carpenter, and Carpenter picks up 1st down yardage to the 29-yard line before Shaneman knocked him down. Pickup of 6, but a 1st down for Lexington. And the 7th play of the drive that started at their own 25-yard line. Off as Gering turned it over on downs. 2 wide receivers split each side. Leger hands off Cup right up the middle. And Cup tripped up as he gets it to the 25-yard line. Bernhardt there on the tackle. Helping out there was Isaiah Blanco, who has one fumble recovery tonight. Set the ball down at the 25-yard line. And a 2nd down and 7 for Lexington. Leger, the turn, the give to Cup around the left side. Cup trying to find some running room, and he'll come up short of the 20-yard line as he's pushed back there. Radzimski, Zach Wilson in on the tackle. The gain to the 22-yard line as he picks up 3 for Lexington. 3rd and 4. 3 wide receivers left. Leger just going to take it himself right up the middle, and he'll be knocked down as he gets it down to the Gering 15-yard line. Blanco, the first man to hit him. And it'll be 1st down yardage for Lexington as the gain to the 15-yard line, a pickup of 7. Down to the 15. 4:40 left, 3rd quarter, 14-0 Lexington. 3 wide receivers to the left. Leger into the, fires a pass complete for a touchdown to Dylan Richmond. And Richmond with his first touchdown catch of the night. That comes with 4:32 left in the 3rd quarter and puts Lexington on top, 20-0 with the point after to come. Jason Tovar on to attempt the point after. Out of the hold of Ian Bailey. Snap down, and the kick is up and good. 4:32 left in the 3rd quarter. It's Lexington 21, Gering nothing. We'll be back after this 1-minute time.
Have a ball this fall getting your property in shape with a new John Deere compact tractor.
Care Heilbronn, State Farm agent, is here to protect all the moving parts of your life. With auto, home, life, and financial services, Care Heilbronn and her team make it simple to bring together what matters to you.
Have a ball this fall getting your property in shape with a new John Deere compact tractor. Get 0% financing for 60 months on all compacts, like the hard-working 1 family and the economical 3E series. And get $500 off with the purchase of 2 qualifying implements that turn your tractor into the workhorse it was built to be. Clean up your property and clean up on savings with John Deere.
Visit 21st Century Equipment in Alliance, Torrington, Scottsbluff, and Bridgeport, or visit 21stcenturyequipment.com.
Got it at the 45, 50, 45, 40 into Lexington territory all the way down to the 35-yard line. Brady Radzimski with a big kickoff return. No flags on the field, but we've got a Lexington player down at the 35-yard line. But the sophomore Brady Radzimski with a big kickoff return and puts Gering in business as they attend to the injured Lexington player. A score update late in the 3rd. It's Scottsbluff 44, Sydney 3. As we have a stoppage in play as a Lexington player who was involved in that tackle on the kickoff return by Brady Radzimski remains down on the field. Good field position for Gering. after they turned it over on downs to Lexington in their last possession in the third quarter, after Lexington in their first possession in this third quarter fumbled it away to Gering. But then following Gering turning it over on downs to Lexington, Lexington goes on a 10-play, 75-yard drive. Dylan Richmond from Jake Leger, a 15-yard pitch and catch for the touchdown, and the point after touchdown was good, and that makes it 21-0. Lexington leading Gering. They continue to attend to the injured player, so let's take a 1-minute timeout.
Have a ball this fall getting your property in shape with a new
Regional West is one of 3 Level 2 trauma centers in Nebraska.
We have all the resources.
Have a ball this fall getting your property in shape with a new John Deere compact tractor. Get 0% financing for 60 months on all compacts, like the hard-working 1 family and the economical 3E series. And get $500 off with the purchase of 2 qualifying implements that turn your tractor into the workhorse it was built to be. Clean up your property and clean up on savings with John Deere.
Visit 21st Century Equipment in Alliance, Torrington, Scottsbluff, and Bridgeport, or visit 21stcenturyequipment.com.
Regional West is one of 3 Level 2 trauma centers in Nebraska.
We have all the resources here 24 hours a day to address any traumatic injury.
From emergency medical services to advanced medical imaging and surgery to acute care and rehabilitation.
It's comforting to know that if an accident happens here, our families, our friends, our neighbors, and even we ourselves will get expert trauma care and rehabilitation services right here at Regional West.
Okay. They continue to attend to the injured player on Lexington, and the information that we have got, the injured player is Javier Magana for Lexington, and they have brought out the stretcher, they have brought out the backboard, so of course you don't want to speculate on anything like this, but I'm sure they're taking every precaution for the injured Lexington player who was injured on the kickoff by Brady Radzimski. And as I look down at the other end of the field, they have the ball spotted at the 22-yard line. We will try and sort this out here in just a little bit as officials continue to attend to the injured Lexington player as the ambulance has been brought out. And of course, they taking every precaution that they can with any type of injury. We've got 4:21 left here in the third quarter, 21-0. Lexington leads Gering. And let's take another timeout here, a 1-minute timeout, as Lexington leads Gering 21-0 on the
Regional West is one of 3 Level 2 trauma centers in Nebraska.
We have all the resources here 24 hours a day to address any traumatic injury.
From emergency medical services to advanced medical imaging and surgery to acute care and rehabilitation.
It's comforting to know that if an accident happens here, our families, our friends, our neighbors, and even we ourselves will get expert trauma care and rehabilitation services right here at Regional West.
Care Heilbrunn, State Farm agent, is here to protect all the moving parts of your life. With auto, home, life, and financial services, Care Heilbrunn and her team make it simple to bring together what matters to you.
Welcome back to Memorial Stadium here in Gering, Nebraska. 21-0, Lexington leading Gering. as they continue to attend to the injured Lexington player who's down on the field that was injured on the kickoff return by Brady Radzimski. And just about ready to, I think they've got him down, strapped onto the backboard, and they looking to put him onto the stretcher here. Update some scores for you from around the area. Last score we had late in the third quarter, it was Scottsbluff 44 and Sydney 3. Elsewhere, Hemmingford defeated Sutherland earlier this afternoon, 34-28. Hemmingford scores with 6 seconds left in the game. Hyannis over Sioux County, 50-24, and Kimball defeated Perkins County, 60-42. Elsewhere in the third quarter, a past opponent of the Gering Bulldogs, the Torrington Trailblazers, in the third quarter over Douglas, 20-7. The score there, as the injured Lexington player receiving a round of applause. They will put him in the ambulance. Apparently, there was a flag on that play, so wipe out the kickoff return by Brady Radzimski, and Gering will have it at the at the 18-yard line. I did not see any flags, but apparently there was one. So Gering will have it. 1st and 10. Motion, high snap to Walker, fires over the middle, complete. Garrett W. Kahn, and Garrett across the 30 to the 35-yard line. And a big pickup for pickup of 18 yards to the 34-yard line. First down and 10 for Gering. 3 wide receivers split to the left side, 1 to the right. Shotgun snap back to Walker, looking to throw. Goes down long down the far sideline, looking for Radzimski. It goes over his head. Out of bounds, Anthony Moda on the coverage. 2nd down and 10 for Gering. Thought we had a big kickoff return, but apparently there was a flag on the play. So they marked it back, started at the 17-yard line. But Gering looking now here at a 2nd and 10 from their own 34-yard line, moving right to left. Low snap, Walker gets it, getting pressure, throws, and the pass in and out of the hands of Tommy Ganos. Ball knocked out of his hands by Christian Dominguez. 3rd down and 10 for Gering. 3:42 left third quarter, 21-0. Lexington on top. Gering will be at home next week as Alliance comes to town. And Lexington will host Scottsbluff next Friday night. 3rd down and 10, 2 wide, check that, 3 wide receivers to the left. As motion by Radzimski. Walker looking to throw, looking long, down the middle of the field. He's got Garrett W. Kahn there to 15, 20, 10, 5, touchdown, Gering. The catch was made at the 20, and he took it into the end zone. Garrett W. Kahn, a pitch and catch of 65 yards. And Gering's longest scoring play of the season. And no flags. And Gering gets on the board with 3 minutes and 32 seconds left here in the third quarter. And on to attempt the point after will be Anthony Walker. As the snap is down, the kick is up, and it's good. 3:32 left in the third quarter, and we'll take a 1 minute timeout as the score, Lexington 21.
Care Heilbronn, State Farm agent, is here to protect all the moving parts of your life. With auto, home, life, and financial services, Care Heilbronn and her team make it simple to bring together what matters to you.
Regional West is one of 3 Level 2 trauma centers in Nebraska.
We have all the resources here 24 hours a day to address any traumatic injury.
From emergency medical services to advanced medical imaging and surgery to acute care and rehabilitation.
It's comforting to know that if an accident happens here, our families, our friends, our neighbors, and even we ourselves will get expert trauma care and rehabilitation services right here at Regional West.
Welcome back to Gering as the ensuing kickoff goes out of bounds. And Lexington will take over, but a 3-play, 82-yard drive by Gering ends in a 65-yard pitch and catch as Anthony Walker hits Garrett W. Kahn. And Gering gets on the board with their longest offensive play of the season. Lexington will take over at their own 35-yard line with 3:32 left here in the third quarter. Lexington moving left to right. Split 2 wide receivers out to each side. Leger out of the shotgun. The give to Cup. Cup will try and get it across the 35, maybe picks up yardage to the 38-yard line. As Zach Wilson and Adric Kahn on the tackle. Pickup of 3 to the 38. Second down and 7. So Gering answers right back after the Lexington score to make it 21-0. They answer right back. Driving 3 plays, 82 yards. 2 wide receivers split to each side for Lexington. Shotgun snap back to Leger. Getting some pressure, throws it up. Nobody's there, and that's going to be picked off by Gering. Garrett W. Kahn back there on the coverage for Gering. And Garrett W. Kahn with the interception as the pass hung up in the air from Leger. And Gering will have it 1st and 10 with 2 minutes and 46 seconds left here in the third quarter. They will take over 1st and 10 at their own 43-yard line. Gering right to left, shotgun snap, handoff to Kahn, and he's tripped up in the backfield as the exchange between Walker and Kahn just a little bit off there, knocked down right away, and no gain on the play. 2nd down and 10 for Gering. Gering looking for their first win in this series as they have lost the last 5 to Lexington. Second down and 10. 2 wide receivers split to each side. Snap back to Walker, fires it into the flat. And Evers gets it into Lexington territory across the 50, down to the 45-yard line. Picks up 12 on that pitch and catch. And a 1st and 10 for Gering. 2:03 left third quarter, 21-7. Lexington leads Gering. Turner Ray and Tommy Ganos to the left side. One wide receiver to the right as the handoff goes to Kahn, and Garrett finds a little bit of running room as he cut it to the far sideline before he was run out of bounds there by Worth. Cody Wolf also on the tackle for Lexington. But the gain down to the Lexington 40-yard line. Pickup of 5. 2nd and 5 for Gering. 2 wide receivers as Walker goes under center for the first time tonight. Gets the snap, the turn to give to Brendan Williams. Breaks through a hole, across the 30, down to the 25. And into Lexington, farther down in Lexington territory at the 24-yard line. 16 yards by the fullback, Brendan Williams, down to the Lexington 24-yard line, and a 1st and 10 for Gering. 4th play of the drive that started at the Gering 43-yard line. Walker under center. He'll turn, give it off to Brendan Williams. Brendan will be stacked up. No gain that time.
Short gain, 2nd and 10 Bulldogs.
Stacked up there, Aiden Stewart, the first man to hit him. No gain, 2nd down and 10 for Gering. Clock running. This might be the last play of the third quarter. We've got 43 seconds left. Ganos and Radzimski to the left. Shaneman and Ebers to the right. Shotgun snap. Fired into the flat to Radzimski. Avoids one tackle at the 25, and then he's knocked out of bounds. A flag comes out as Radzimski knocked out of bounds at about the 20, and I think he took a big hit as he was already out of bounds. And the Lexington players saying it's on Gering. Holding will be the call on Gering. So the gain down to the 19 will be brought back. 27 seconds left here in the third quarter. 21-7, Lexington leading Gering. And the holding penalty will mark it back to the 29-yard line and bring up a 2nd down and 15 for Gering. 2 wide receivers each side for the Bulldogs. Shotgun snap to Walker, pump fake, looking long into the end zone, looking for Colt Evers, he makes the catch. And now they say no catch as he came to the ground and the ball came loose. Evers tried to make the leaping catch and was not able to control it. And brings up 3rd down and 15 for Gering with 20 seconds left in the third quarter. 21-7. Lexington on top. Logan Murdoch checks into the Gering lineup. Ganos will split out to the right. 2 wide receivers left. Backs on either side of Walker, out of the shotgun. Snap back. Anthony looking long into the end zone. Colton Evers, but that pass will be intercepted by Caleb Carpenter. And another turnover for Gering. Lexington will take over as an injured Gering player who was involved trying to make that catch. We'll try to pick up that number here in just a minute. But Lexington takes over at their own 9-yard line with 14 seconds left. They move right to left, the handoff, Riley Cup. Cup finds some running room, breaks free at the 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, midfield stripe, and he'll be ushered out of bounds and knocked down as he gets it down to the Gering 45-yard line. And a big run on the play. 46 yards on that run by Cup. A first down for Lexington. And that play right there will end the third quarter. After the end of the third quarter, it's Lexington 21, Gering 7.
There's a place where folks still play with fire. The common ground between backyard barbecue heroes and professional chefs. This is where friendships are forged, fire and flavor come together, and new techniques are perfected. Here in Big Green Egg Country, cooking is still treated as an art form. And since the most versatile grill you'll ever own comes with a lifetime warranty, you'll always have the ultimate cooking experience. Locate a dealer at biggreenegg.com.
We start the fourth quarter, 1st and 10 for Lexington in Gering territory at the 45, and the give in the backfield to Cup. He breaks free, 30, 25, 20, 10, 5, touchdown Lexington. Riley Cup with a 45-yard touchdown run, his third of the night. And Lexington goes on top 27-7. Just underway here in the fourth quarter. Tovar on to attempt the point after for the Minutemen. Snap down, and the kick is up and good. 11:50 left in the game. Let's take a 1-minute timeout. It's Lexington 28, Gering.
.95% of American corn.
Okay.
Buyers Realty has been helping.
Why should you come out to Double O Country Store in Banner County?
Okay.
Monument Mall has been a huge part of the commercial retail market that has served the Scots.
Thank you. How much time? That was 11:50. A one-play drive by Lexington and a 45-yard touchdown run by Riley Cup, his third touchdown of the night. And the PAT good makes it 28-7. Lexington leading Gering off of the interception thrown by Anthony Walker. As the ensuing kickoff, end over end kick. This will be taken by Radzimski at the 9 across the 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And Radzimski knocked down at the Gering 30-yard line. Gering will take over right there with 11:42 left in the game. Lexington leading Gering 21. Or check that, 28-7. Gering will split out two wide receivers as they move left to right here in this fourth quarter. Murdoch, two backs in the backfield as Shaneman goes in motion. They'll toss it to him around the left side, trying to cut it in. Now he reverses field, across the 30, trying to get it to the 35, and he's drugged down just as he gets across the 35, and a late flag comes in. The tackle by Christian Dominguez. And they're going to, I think, call a horse collar on the tackle on the runner. The illegal horse collar tackle is the call. And mark it off from the point of the foul. And that'll move it all the way into Lexington territory at the 49-yard line and give Gering a 1st and 10 off of the penalty. 11:28 left in the game, 28-7. Lexington leading Gering. Two wide receivers. Check that, one wide receiver split out to the left. That's Ganos. Two to the right. Motion by Shaneman again. They'll turn, give it to Garrett W. Kahn, finds running room up the middle. And Garrett will get it down to the 45-yard line. Short gain of 4 for Garrett. And a 2nd down and 6 for Gering. 2 interceptions thrown tonight by Anthony Walker. A couple of fumbles have also hurt Gering here tonight. 2nd and 6, shotgun snap back to Walker, throws to the right, finds Tommy Ganos, and Ganos with a 1st down catch. Down to the Lexington 36-yard line, pickup of 9, and a 1st down for the Bulldogs. 10:29 left in the game, 28-7 Lexington. Gering with 2 wide receivers to the left. Walker under center. He's going to keep it himself over the left side, and Anthony with a flag down. Got it across the 30 down to the 29 on the quarterback keep, but we've got some yellow laundry on the field. And the penalty will be against Gering. No signal yet from the officials as they talk to Lexington. A final from Scotts Bluff. Scotts Bluff 53, Sydney 3. Scotts Bluff at Lexington next week. And we'll have that for you on 101.7 The Trail at 6 Mountain Time. Penalty marks the ball back to the 44-yard line and brings up a 1st down and 18. Shotgun snap, Walker drops the throw and finds Riley Shaneman. And the catch made down to the Lexington 33-yard line. Tackled by Bailey. And a pickup of 12, but it won't be enough for a 1st down. Second down and 7. Backs on either side of Walker. The turn to give to Garrett W. Kahn. Garrett tries to cut it over the left side and will maybe get back to the original line of scrimmage as Donato and Wolf combine on the tackle for the Minutemen. Giving no gain. 3rd down and 6 for Gering at the Lexington 33-yard line. Trailing it 28-7 with 9:05 left in the game. Backs on either side of Walker out of the gun. Gets the snap, 1-step drop, fires towards the near sideline, and a pass that comes up just a little bit short. Intended for Tommy Ganos, who has 3 catches tonight for 49 yards. And a 4th down being faced by Gering. Gering will have a 4th down and 5. And they will go for it right here. Ebers will split to the right along with Brady Radzimski. Backs on either side of Anthony Walker. The give to Garrett W. Kahn. He'll be thrown for a loss as Donato crashes through there and brings down Garrett W. Kahn for a big loss. And Gering will turn it over on downs to Lexington with 8 minutes and 45 seconds left in the game. Lexington will have it 1st and 10 at their own 39-yard line. Lexington moving from right to left here in this 4th quarter. Cup in the backfield to the left of Leger, 3 wide receivers to the right. Leger with the shotgun snap, the hand to Cup, and Cup gets it a couple of yards, maybe to the 41-yard line, giving 2 on that carry. 2nd down and 8 as Lexington goes no huddle, as they have throughout this entire game. 3 wide receivers to the left. Shotgun snap once again. Cup with the handoff to the 45, still running 50 into Gering territory to the 45-yard line of Gering. 14 yards on that run by Riley Cuff and a 1st down for Lexington. 8:06 left in the game, 28-7. Lexington leads it. Walker split to the right. 3 wide receivers left for the Minutemen as they check those armbands for the play. Leger taking as much time off the clock as he can, gets the shotgun snap and the give to Cup, and he'll be stacked up for no gain. Big Tim Bernhardt in there for Gering.
Loss on the play, 2nd and 11.
Move it back a yard and a loss on the play. 2nd down and 11. Shotgun snap, the underhand toss to Cup around the right side to the 45, 40. Going to be knocked down as he gets it inside the 40-yard line as Justin Scott on the tackle for Gering. And the gain inside the 40 to the 38. Pickup of 9 on that running play. And a 3rd down and 4 right here for Lexington. 2 wide receivers split out to each side, taking as much time off the clock as they can. Leger taking himself out of the shotgun and will get it maybe back to the original line of scrimmage before he's pushed back.
finding much there.
Short gain, if any, on the play. Murdoch leading the way on the tackle there. Not enough for the first down. That's the ball at the 38-yard line. 4th down and 2. Lexington will go for it as they'll split 2 wide receivers out to each side. Now Leger backs up back to the 45. Shot, snap goes over his head. He'll go back to get it, try to quick kick it, and it'll roll out of bounds. But Gering will take over, as it looked like it was going to be a quick kick situation, but the snap that went over the head of Leger gives Gering the ball with 5 minutes and 33 seconds left in the game. The ball will be set down at the Gering 45-yard line. Gering moving from left to right. 3 wide receivers to the right side. Garrett Kahn in motion. The snap hits off him, picked out of the air by Castro, breaks the tackle. Castro 10-5, touchdown Lexington. Gustavo Castro takes the snap that hit off of Garrett W. Kahn as he went in motion, and he took it out of the air and took it in for the touchdown. And Lexington leads it 34-0 with the point after to come, as that was a 45-yard run by Castro off of the, I guess you would call it, a botched snap that went up into the air. Tovar will add the extra point and make it 35-7. Lexington leading Gering. If we can, let's take a 1-minute timeout as Lexington leads Gering 35-7 on the West Coast scoreboard.
The growth and prosperity of our community is dependent on the reinvestment.
How crazy was that?
Now at Arby's.
Have a ball this fall.
At Platte Valley Bank.
A 45-yard fumble recovery by Lexington's Gustavo Castro puts the Minutemen up 35-7. And the ensuing kickoff will be taken by Radzimski, and it's dropped. He picks it up, and I think he fumbled the ball, but we've got a flag that has come out as Radzimski bobbled it and then got it across the 15 to the 20 and took a big hit. Well, we've got a flag on the play, apparently no fumble. Holding is the call on Gering. Stay with us. We'll have the Runs a Postgame show following this game. Penalty marks the ball back to the Gering 10-yard line. 5 minutes and 15 seconds left in the game. 35-7, Lexington on top. Gering with the ball. Walker will go under center. 2 backs in the backfield, broken play, and Anthony's just going to keep it across the 15 up to the 17-yard line. Walker gains 7. Second down for Gering. Ganos splits out to the right side. I formation behind Walker. The turn, the give to Garrett W. Kahn, and Garrett will not find any running room as he maybe loses a couple of yards back to the 15-yard line. Dominguez on the tackle for Lexington. Dakota Haynes also helping out. Call it a loss of 1 to the 16. Third down. And let's call it 5 on the play. Shotgun snap back to Walker. 1-step drop. Fires almost intercepted. Stepping in front of that, Freddie Velasquez. And almost another interception. It goes through his hands and will bring up a 4th down for Gering. Gering will punt it away. Dylan Richmond drops deep. Walker will take the snap at his own 2-yard line. Nice snap back to him, rugby-style punt. It'll hit at the 40, the 45, and take a Gering bounce inside the 45-yard line. And Lexington will have it. Right there, we had a flag come in. And touching called on Gering. So the penalty on Gering gives Lexington the ball at the 44-yard line. 1st and 10 for Lexington. Three wide receivers to the right. Shotgun snap, new quarterback in the game. And he will just take it and run around the right side as John Howard, 145-pound junior, into the game. And he's knocked out of bounds after a loss on the play of a few yards back to the 46-yard line. So the second string quarterback into the game for Lexington. Shotgun snap and the give to Gustavo Castro around the left side to the 30, 25, and then he's thrown out of bounds as he gets it inside the 20 down to the 19-yard line. 27 yards on the run by Castro, and a first down and holding. This will come back. Holding the call. So wipe out the big run by Gustavo Castro. They'll put it down at the 42-yard line. Second down, and let's call it 8. Three wide receivers split to the right, Lexington right to left. Howard takes the snap, gives it off. Alex Ramos, the ball carrier. And Ramos across the 40 down to the 39-yard line. He'll pick up 3 yards. And a third down right here for Lexington. 3rd down and 5. 2:52 left in the game. 35-7. Lexington on top. Three wide receivers right, 1 left for Lexington. Shotgun snap back to Howard. Give it off to Alex Ramos. And Ramos bangs it across the 35. Down to the 31-yard line. 9 yards on the carry, but first down yardage for Lexington. Clock continues to run. 2:22 left in the game. 35-7. Lexington leading Gering. In at a wide receiver position, Anthony Rodriguez. 3 wide receivers split to the right for Lexington. Howard takes the snap, gives it off to a back who drops the ball. Carlos Escobar dropped it and was swallowed up by a whole host of Gering tacklers.
2nd and 14.
No gain back to the loss back to the 35-yard line. And a 2nd down and 14 for Lexington. Minute and a half left in the game. Lexington players check their wristbands. 2 wide receivers each side. Shotgun snap back to Howard. Handed off to Dakota Haynes. And Haynes down to the Gering 31-yard line. He picks up 4 yards. And it'll still be 3rd down and 10 underneath a minute 57 seconds clock running. 35-7. Lexington on top. Dow Mock into the Minuteman lineup. Dakota Haynes into the backfield with John Howard, the junior quarterback, as Lexington will split 2 wide receivers off to each side. Penalty called on Lexington. And that penalty comes with 32 seconds left in the game. Ball moved back 5 yards to the 36-yard line, and a 3rd down and 10. We'll check that 3rd down and 15 now. Shotgun snap. Handoff given to Haynes. Haynes breaks free at the 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown Lexington. Dakota Haynes with a 36-yard touchdown run. And Lexington's lead grows to 41-7 with 23 seconds left in the game. Tovar on to attempt the point after for the Minutemen. Snap is down and the kick is up and good. 42-7. Lexington leads it. We'll keep it right here with 23 seconds left in the game. Gering will get ready to accept the ensuing kickoff. So Gering will drop to 0-6 on the year. Lexington will get their second win of the year. They will go to 2-4 on the year. Lexington will host Scotts Bluff next Friday night. The final was Scotts Bluff 53, Sydney 3 was the final in that game. Scotts Bluff remains undefeated on the season. Tovar, check that, let's see if it's Magani. It'll be Tovar to kick it off for Lexington. Radzimski and Shaneman are deep for the Bulldogs. Kick by Tovar, an end-over-end kick. It'll come down to Shaneman at the 15, to the 20, 25, 30, cutting near sideline, 35 on his feet, and it'll be knocked down just short of the 40-yard line. Edgar Lopez knocks him down right there, and Gering will take over 1st and 10. And check it, that will be the last play of the contest. This one's over here in Gering. As your final score, Lexington 42, Gering 7 on the West Coast.
This is Mike. Mike likes his car. Mike likes to save money. And Mike likes to breathe. So Mike fills up with E15 with 15% American ethanol. The clean octane in E15 gives Mike the performance he wants from his engine and the clean air he wants for his family. Better yet, E15 costs less at the pump. Higher octane, cleaner air, lower cost. E15 sure gives Mike a lot to like.
For locations near you, go to huskerfuel.com.
Across the state, every eye and ear is focused on one stadium where the sea of red is man-made. A place where every Saturday is a stage for our team, for our resolve, and for our values.
It's toughness, it's dedication, it's work ethic. That's what Nebraska is.
This is Husker Nation.
Regional West is one of 3 Level 2 trauma centers in Nebraska.
We have all the resources here 24 hours a day to address any traumatic injury.
From emergency medical services to advanced medical imaging and surgery to acute care and rehabilitation.
It's comforting to know that if an accident happens here, our families, our friends, our neighbors, and even we ourselves will get expert trauma care and rehabilitation services right here at Regional West.
When we transform Nebraska corn into ethanol, it doesn't disappear from the food supply. It just takes a little detour. Ethanol is made from the starch. The rest of the corn becomes livestock feed to create meat and dairy products, corn oil, sweetener, and other food ingredients, and maybe a little carbon dioxide to make your soft drinks fizzy. Homegrown ethanol helps satisfy America's hunger for energy and the world's appetite for feed and food. Nebraska's family corn farmers, sustaining innovation.
There's a place where folks still play with fire. The common ground between backyard barbecue heroes and professional chefs. This is where friendships are forged, fire and flavor come together, and new techniques are perfected. Here in Big Green Egg Country, cooking is still treated as an art form. And since the most versatile grill you'll ever own comes with a lifetime warranty, you'll always have the ultimate cooking experience.
Visit the experts at Paul Reed Construction, your authorized Big Green Egg dealer.
At Platte Valley Bank, we know when you need a loan, time is of the essence. We are locally owned with decisions made right here at the bank. Our lenders are experienced, efficient individuals who are committed to our customers. Our flexible lending policies make it possible to fulfill loan requests, big or small, quickly. Whether you want to purchase a car, home, or even start a business, our committed associates are here to help. Stop into any location today and see what Platte Valley Bank can do for you.
Welcome back to Gering's Memorial Stadium as Gering goes to 0-6 on the year as they lose here tonight to Lexington 42-7. was your final score. Lexington got on the board first in the first quarter, 10:32 left. Riley Cup, an 8-yard touchdown run. Tovar adds the point after touchdown. That made it 7-0. Lexington. Lexington got on the board in the second quarter with 4:58 left as Jake Leger hit Riley Cup, a 6-yard touchdown pass that came with 4:58. The point after touchdown by Jason Tovar good. 14-0 Lexington. That was the score at halftime. Into the third quarter, Lexington got on the board again with 4 minutes, 32 seconds left in the third quarter. Jake Leger to Dylan Richmond, a 15-yard touchdown pass as Tovar adds the point after. 21-0 Lexington on top at that point. Gering, though, got on the scoreboard with 3:32 left in the third quarter as Anthony Walker hit Garrett W. Kahn, a 65-yard touchdown pass for the score. Anthony Walker adds the point after touchdown, 21-7. But into the fourth quarter, Lexington got on the board with 11:50 left in the game. Riley Cup with his third touchdown of the game as he breaks one from 45 yards out. The point after was good, 28-7. Lexington on top. With 5:24 left in the game, Gustavo Castro with a fumble recovery. He took it in from 45 yards out as the errant snap hit off of Garrett W. Kahn as he was going in motion. It popped up in the air. Castro picked it up and took it in for the touchdown. Point after good, 35-7 Lexington at that point. Finally, with 23 seconds left in the game, Dakota Haynes, a 37-yard touchdown run. The point after was good. That touchdown came with 23 seconds left in the game, 42-7 Lexington. That is your final score. We'll come back with the complete numbers in this game as the post-game show catered by Runza continues after.
Things are getting wild over at Paul Reed Construction and Supply. Now through October 15th, take 10% off all Wild Gear and Grizzly products. Come visit us today at our showroom on 10th Street in Gering.
This is the whole game. Back in Gering as Gering drops one here tonight at home to Lexington by a final score of 42-7. It's time to look at the numbers brought to you by Arby's, the meat crafters throughout western Nebraska and eastern Wyoming. First off, let's take a look at the final numbers for Lexington as Jake Leger tonight with 12 carries for 80 yards on the ground, but the big damage done on the ground for Lexington by Riley Cup, 18 carries, 178 yards, and 2 touchdowns rushing, 1 receiving for Riley Cup tonight, but he ends with 178 yards on the ground tonight. Dylan Richmond, 2 carries for 36 yards. Ramos with 2 carries for 12. Dakota Haynes with 2 carries for 40 yards, and he scores that touchdown with 23 seconds left. Through the air tonight for Jake Leger, for the game, 9 out of 17 for 107 yards. He did have 2 interceptions in the contest. On the receiving end, Dylan Richmond with 4 catches for 51 yards. Caleb Carpenter with 4 catches for 41 yards. And Riley Cupp with 2 catches for 22 yards here tonight as head coach Hyatt joins us here on the Runs a Postgame show. Some bright spots tonight, but it just seemed like you weren't able to convert on a lot of the good things that happened tonight again.
Yeah, a lot more good things tonight than we've seen in the past. Just couldn't quite finish drives. Put together a 30, 40-yard drive and then either come up with some kind of weird turnover or penalty that would back us up, and just couldn't get it in the end zone consistently. We got the couple big pass plays that took us down and scored, so that was nice to see Garrett get loose on those. Our running game were spotty, but had a lot of big plays. Just couldn't get enough of them.
Seemed like the passing game, as it was last week, seemed to be working again tonight. As I look at our final statistics, over 200 yards through the air for Anthony tonight. Some good things, but then he also a couple of interceptions also tonight.
Yeah, like we said last week with Anthony, he knows what we're trying to get, and he's able to sling it and just put it in places. Sometimes he has a tendency to force some things, but that's part of what makes him who he is and what he does too, because he anticipates things being there and he makes some good throws, and sometimes what he anticipates doesn't necessarily show up.
Yeah. Crazy play though with the Garrett goes in motion, the snap a little bit late, bounces off of him, bounces right into a Lexington guy's hands, and those are the types of things that I think that just kind of, like we said, the good things, but then something like that just comes out of nowhere, just a crazy type play.
At that point, it's 28-7, and we're driving the ball. We got 2 or 3 together, and then somehow the center doesn't hear the snap correctly, or the count or the cadence doesn't come off right, and the ball got snapped and hit Garrett and bounced right up to that kid. Couldn't have drove it up for them any better than it happened for him. But weird stuff like that just seems to happen and get out of our hands. Like if we're 28-0 or 28-7 there, and we were able to go down and get a score, it turns the thing around. The comeback's on a little bit more. So I liked what our kids did as far as effort and attitude goes. I think we saw some progress. We competed well, but we just got to get out of our own way there.
You went in the locker room down 14-0 for the first time this season. A place where you've got a chance to get back into this game in the second half.
Yeah, and really we did anything we wanted to on offense until we hurt ourselves in the first half. So we could have easily been, 14-14 or better. We liked where we were at in the first half or in the second at halftime there. We told our kids that they were playing hard and they were doing things right, and we liked it. We just got to find that way to finish things off, and next week we get another opponent that'll give us a chance to do that. Alliance comes into town, and I know they've had a little bit of success similar to a Lexington team. They're going to pose the same kind of threats, and we just got to figure out a way to punch those in the second half or early in the first, and make sure that we finish drives from the 30 in.
All right, a tough one to lose tonight, but some as we said in previous weeks, some good things to build on. It'll just get better next week.
That's what we're hoping. Just keep getting better week by week. We talk to our kids all the time about a little bit better today, a little bit better tomorrow, a little bit better the next day, and eventually this thing's going to break open for us. But when we saw some success tonight, we saw some positives, so we just got to build on those.
All right, Head Coach Josh Hyatt, we appreciate you stopping by.
Thank you.
All right. Head Coach Josh Hyatt joins us on the Runs a Postgame show, and we'll be back with more as the Postgame show catered by Runs It continues after this on.
Bye, Mom. Have fun.
Maybe next weekend.
Why wait? With the affordable John Deere 3E Series tractor, you can clear the chore list in no time. Go from to-do to done.
Looks like we had nothing to worry about.
Bring a 3E home today for just $139 per month. Nothing runs like a Deere.
Visit 21st Century Equipment in Alliance, Torrington, Scottsbluff, and Bridgeport, or visit 21stcenturyequipment.com.
What are you waiting for? A 6-year limited powertrain warranty? Savings on performance-matched implements? 0% APR financing for up to 5 years. Head down to your local Kubota dealer before September 30th and take advantage of this incredible offer on the BX Series, America's best-selling subcompact tractor. Kubota. This is what we do.
Come into Sandberg Implement, your local Kubota dealer.
Your local Kubota dealer is Sandberg Implement in Gering.
And welcome back to Gering's Memorial Stadium. Back here on the Runza Postgame show, Gering loses to Lexington 42-7 is your final. Take a look at the final numbers for Gering here tonight. On the rushing side, Anthony Walker, 2 carries for 12 yards tonight. Garrett W. Kahn with 10 carries, or 11 carries, I should say, on the night, 64 yards. He did fumble the ball twice. Brendan Williams, 1 carry for 16 yards. Logan Murdoch, 3 carries for 15 yards. Brady Radzimski, 6 carries on the night. He finishes with 79 yards. And Riley Shaneman with 3 carries for 51 yards here tonight. On the passing side, a big night for Anthony Walker as he goes 11 out of 24 on the night, 204 yards. He did have 2 interceptions in the game. Receiving, Colton Evers, 2 catches for 49 yards. Tommy Ganos, 3 receptions, I should say, for 49 yards. Riley Shaneman caught it 3 times for 21 yards. And Garrett W. Kahn, 3 receptions tonight for 116 yards. Part of that was that 65-yard touchdown pass from Anthony Walker. So Garrett W. Kahn, 64 yards on the ground, 116 in receptions tonight for Garrett. We'll come back with our Taco John's Player of the Game as the post-game show catered by Runza continues.
Buyers Realty has been helping people in the community find their dream home since 1994. If you're looking to buy or sell your home, our friendly staff will put in the work to help you reach the finish line. We also do property management for buildings in Scottsbluff, Gering, and beyond. You can find an extensive list of our properties by visiting our website at callbuyersrealty.com. Or you can visit our Scottsbluff offices on Avenue B, right next to Bumper to Bumper. Panhandle's best, Buyers Realty. Community strong, community proud, we have what you're looking for.
Now at Arby's, you can get 30 euros for $90. Or for those who aren't trying to cater a Greek family reunion, they're 2 for $6.
Arby's, we have the meats.
For sandwiches.
(42-7), Gering loses to Lexington here tonight. And as you heard head coach Josh Hyde in our post-game interview, Alliance is in town next week to take on a battle of the Bulldogs. And we'll have that one for you here on KNEB 960 AM, 100.3 FM next Friday night at 7 o'clock. Well, now time to give you our player of the game. And the player of the game is brought to you by Taco John's of Scottsbluff and Gering. Make Taco John's a game day tradition by unwrapping the original before or after every game. Our Taco John's player of the game, we're going to give that to Garrett W. Kahn as he had 64 yards on the ground tonight, 116 in receptions, so close to 180 yards in total offense tonight for Garrett W. Kahn. So Garrett, our Taco John's player of the game. So that'll wrap things up here from Gering's Memorial Stadium. I'd like to thank our KNEB.TV crew here tonight, our producer, engineer, and scoreboard operator TJ Albright, our camera operators who operated in this cold weather here tonight, Jonas Pfeiffer, Joshua Heddleston, and Kirsten Knab on the cameras tonight. I'd like to thank Beretta Coates back at the KNEB studios. I'd like to thank my statistician tonight, Molly Kelly. And from Gering's Memorial Stadium, I'm Jeff Kelly. Good evening, everyone.
KNEB 94.1, The Brand.